Welcome in, Bluegrass Sports Nation football fans, to the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex for tonight's game between your Breathitt County Bobcats and the Hazard Bulldogs. Always a great matchup between these two ball clubs when Hazard comes calling. Tonight, first-year coach Matthew Chandler brings this 1A club to the Riverbank to face the Bobcats. The Bulldogs come in here at 4-0, Eric Collins, with wins over Martin County, Harlan County, Paris, and a big win, a 1-point victory over Letcher County last weekend. So the Bulldogs definitely fired up on offense. They put some big numbers up in each game, and defensively they were able to hold Harlan County to a big goose egg on the scoreboard. So obviously Coach Matthew Chandler has got the Bulldogs bought into his system as a first-year coach.
Yeah, you've got to have buy-in from your players there. It's funny when you were talking there, Rob. I was thinking, and playing Perry County, it's almost Breathitt Perry County schools are like UK and Louisville.
Yeah,
you'll cheer for them against everybody else, but you love to beat them.
That's right.
And I know that Bobcats would love to get a victory here tonight. I know the Bulldogs would too. It's going to be an interesting game, and it's going to be interesting to see how Matthew Chandler's troops are going to respond to this. It's the first time that he's come down here to the Riverbank and coached a ball game. I'm sure he's going to have the Bulldogs ready tonight. So I'm excited to see what kind of game we have here.
Well, tonight is Hero Night here at the Riverbank, the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex, playing host to not only tonight's game, but also introducing some of our local heroes, our first responders. We have some honorary team captains here tonight being announced right now: fire chief, police chief, and so forth. We can't say enough about what our first responders, our medical people, our firemen, our police chiefs, EMTs, what they do for our community and our neighborhood, and we appreciate them. And if we can give them just a few minutes of our respect as the stands here, give them a standing ovation here tonight. If we can give them just a few minutes of respect, it's definitely worth all the time and the efforts they put in for our families and our community. I also want to give a big shout out and props to Emily Johnson, the wonderful 7th grader who just left the press box before we came on the air. She did a wonderful rendition of the national anthem here for tonight's game, and just pleased to have her, and great to. I can't think of anywhere we've been that has had a better live national anthem than that one. She did a great job. So props to her, and thanks for her and her family for being here tonight and bringing us that. Folks, we've got about 7:50 on the clock, so we got a few minutes before kickoff. We still got a few pictures and some things going on down at midfield with our first responders. We're going to take a quick break and play some commercials and pay some bills, and Eric and myself will come back, and we'll be ready to kick this one off for you here from the Riverbank, the Bulldogs and the Bobcats, live on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
People's Bank is proud to continue to invest in the Bluegrass State. Our team has years of experience right here in Eastern Kentucky. By partnering with People's Bank, we provide solutions, not just products. Our vision is to be the best community bank in America, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Family and hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Now offering 2 ways to fill your prescriptions. Use the Refill Quick app on your smartphone or give them a call at 666-5519 or 666-5500.
At HCTC, we've got you covered. While you focus on completing your certificate, diploma, or degree, our success coaches will connect you with financial information, tutoring, and so much more. Stay on your path to success at HCTC. Call today at 606-487-3293. We'll never underestimate you.
Made in America. What does that mean? It means jobs. It means craftsmanship. And when it comes to Vaughn Bassett furniture, it means value. And Kemper recognizes that. That's why they've dedicated an entire gallery to Vaughn Bassett. Made in America. See the quality. And now, see the price. Come see your favorite Kemper store in Hazard, London, or Somerset.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
All right, folks, we are back here at the Riverbank. The Bulldogs and the Bobcats, team captains out at midfield, shaking things up. We've got our honorary team captains out there with them. Like I made mention there in the pregame, the Bobcats and administration here at Breathitt County honoring our local heroes, our unsung folks behind the first responder logo of firemen, EMTs, police officers, and medical staff. Just happy to have them here with us tonight and being honorary captains and getting recognized before the game. Referee's out at midfield making the call, flipping the coin, and we'll see how things go here early. Looks like it looked to me like the Bobcats elected to receive. Not much of emotion. Not much of emotion from the referee there. Hard to tell, Eric. I'm not for sure who won the toss. I saw Coach Kyle Moore point towards the scoreboard, so that may have been if he deferred. We'll wait and see what happens here early. I was trying to watch it, but we didn't get a really good motion from the referee that I was looking at.
I was too busy watching Coach Shorty Combs run around down there.
Got a group of folks down here at midfield hugging a young man by the name of Ethan Bowen. Tickled to have Ethan out at midfield with their first responders. Some folks that sure took care of our boys earlier in the year. Yep. Colin Combs also out there with them. I don't know if you saw the video earlier this week, but Ethan looked over at Coach Casey Allen and said, "Coach, I can run now." And Casey said, "Prove it." And he sauntered off the sideline, headed towards the end zone with Casey in tow. So Ethan's doing really good and healing up really nice. I talked with Corey Combs earlier today, and Corey's really excited about how well he's progressing. So our 3 young men that were involved in that accident, it's great to see them on the field with the Bobcats. Even if they're on the sideline, we're tickled to death that they're here with us.
Yeah, we thank the Lord. There are a lot of answered prayers there in those 3 young men and how they've recovered from that. We're just thankful to still have them with us and thankful they're in good shape is what they are.
Bobcats to the right, Bulldogs to the left. Both teams come out onto the field. There's a new number on the field tonight, Eric. It's number 8. It's Austin Sperry, the young man has made the decision to get back on the football field and try to help out the Bobcats. Just a outstanding athlete and an outstanding young man. Everybody knows him from basketball, but he can be a force to be reckoned with at the corner position on defense and at the receiver position on offense. So we'll see how Coach Kyle Moore elects to use Austin here tonight. Great to have him back on the field.
Yeah, he's a tremendous athlete. It's going to be just an asset here for Coach Moore and his Bobcat football team, Rob.
You know, I try to get here a little bit early and on these home games especially, and just walk around and talk to some of the players. And a very focused and a very determined bunch of guys in the locker room earlier today. Some of them getting taped, and some of them know what this game means for this program. A lot of people don't realize it, but at this point in time last year, Eric, we were at the same location on the win-loss column, 1-3. So this is a very different Hazard Ball Club than we played last year. Coach Chandler has got the Dogs primed and ready, and I tell you what, they've been rolling here early in the season, sporting a 4-0 record, number one in the state in Class 1A right now, based off the record win-loss column and their RPI. So the Bobcats will be kicking off, and we've got Preston Turner out to kick this one off. Preston will put the boot to it. It's a high kick. It's going to sail over towards the sideline and land about the 30 and be handled by number 4. He takes it to the middle of the field where he's caught by about 3 or 4 defenders, and he'll get it up to about the 36-yard line. I think he actually caught that one around the 29 over around the hash mark, so we'll give him about 6-7 yards on the pickup. And the Hazard Bulldogs will take over, and they'll go to work first on the offensive side of the field. Bulldogs get set. Got a great quarterback back there in the back, Eric, a young man that does a lot for the Bulldogs. His first play is a handoff, and he's met on the right side and brought back to the tackle for a loss. Looks to me like, we'll see where they spot it. They're going to move it back to the initial line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 10. But it looked to me like maybe tackle for a loss. I guess they'll give him forward progression on the play.
No huddle offense here by the Bulldogs. Looks like they might try to start the game with a little tempo, Rob.
So Max Pelfrey, number 7, the young man back at quarterback. And the spread, single running back to his left. 2 receivers to the left. They block down, and running back comes around the corner. That's number 11, Blankenship. Memphis Blankenship on the carry. He'll move it up to about the 40-yard line, so a pickup of about 4 yards for Blankenship on the carry. Ball on the hash, just past the 40-yard line, almost up to the 41.
The Bulldogs tested Austin Sperry early with a run to his side right there. Did a good job fighting off the block and getting in on the tackle.
He's a very knowledgeable athlete, high IQ when it comes to basketball and football both. Pelfrey fakes the pitch, rolls out there, flushed out of the pocket, and sacked by Braxton Terry and Jaden Gibby Gibson in the backfield. Big tackle for loss by the defense. That's one thing you wanted to see early, Eric, and I was wondering how this defense would react to the Bulldogs coming in here at 4-0, and obviously no intimidation to be had on the first session, as the Bulldogs will come back at 4th and 20 to punt this one away. Ball back to the, looks like the 28-yard line. So a big tackle for a loss and a sack by Terry. And
on the first possession for the Bobcats on defense, a lot of movement. They're playing with a lot of energy and explosiveness, Rob. It's going to be fun to watch them tonight and see how they do against this powerful Bulldog offense.
So Coach Chandler fired up on the sideline, the Bulldogs, with not enough players on the field, and he's forced to use a timeout. Hazard not able to get everybody on the field for the punt team. A lot of the players out there were motioning for some kids to come on. Coach Chandler not happy with a couple of his guys, but they'll get them out on the field. Had to burn a timeout.
Mental mistakes, Rob. You want to avoid those, especially this early in a ball game. You know, the Bulldogs are starting off here on the wrong foot. They've got pushed back and then have a penalty here when they're trying to get a punt off. You know, it's a good opening for the Bobcats.
Ball all the way back to about the 23-yard line, 4th and 25. And the Bulldogs will punt. Here's the snap. Goes back, and the kick is up. And it falls, and it's going to be handled about the 45-yard line. He's got a little room to run, and he's going to be up into Bulldog territory with great field position up to the 40.
That's a very gutsy return. A lot of times you see returners, when the ball hits, they just let it go. Did a good job handling the ball there cleanly and getting something positive out of it, did Adam Spencer.
Adam Spencer wearing the 0 tonight in the blue jersey. Here comes the offense of the Bobcats. A line with a big test as there were some big guys on the front for Hazard. We'll see how Miles Holland and the offense handles that. Give to Thomas early. Thomas around the left corner. He's still on his feet at the 30, and he's finally brought down up around the 26-yard line. So a big run by Eli Thomas to kick things off for the Bobcats. That'll be a first down Bobcats. People's Bank of Jackson working together to build success, sponsoring all the first downs here tonight between the Bulldogs and your Breathitt Bobcats.
You know, for somebody that's a lineman like me and you, that's exciting to see. You know, most people like to watch these high-flying pass plays, and they are fun, put a lot of points up. But when you can start the game with a run play and pick up a first down, that kind of sets the tone for the whole game.
Holland with two backs to his left. He'll turn, give to Thomas. Thomas gets a block, fights his way past the initial line of scrimmage, and he's going to roll up to about the, looks like maybe the 19-yard line.
You know, Rob, it looks like Coach Moore has decided to come out and take advantage of that size he has on the offensive line, and I like the decision because it's yielding positive results right now.
Really is. You know, they're moving the ball on the ground, 2 plays and some good yardage. 2nd and 3. Ball on the 19-yard line at midfield. Deep into Bulldog territory, just over into the red zone. Snap back to Holland. Give to Gibson. Gibson lowers the shoulder, stiff arm, and he'll roll up to about the 15-yard line. That's another People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bobcats as they continue to keep things on the ground. People's Bank of Jackson working together to build success. People's is ready to help you reach your dreams.
You know, I can speak from firsthand knowledge, and I'm sure you can on this too, but when you can run the ball like that early on, it really gets your alignment into the game and sets you up for some success later on. And the way they're running the ball, I'm sure it's going to open up opportunities in the passing game.
You're exactly right, Eric. It gets everybody involved, and it gives the lineman a little confidence. It takes the jitters out. Give to Thomas. Thomas breaks a tackle past the initial line. He's still fighting. I've got a signal, and that is a Family Pharmacy touchdown for the Bobcats as Thomas gets it into the end zone. Family Pharmacy, great people who have your safety at heart. Family and Hometown Pharmacy are proud supporters of the Bobcats. And your hometown boys, the Breathitt Bobcats, strike first with 7:27 on the clock.
Rob, that's the most impressive drive I've seen so far this season out of the Bobcats. They just imposed their will right there on the Bulldogs and let them know that tonight at the Riverbank, they got their work cut out for them.
Terry's extra point is a little wide right, and it's no good. So that'll make your score 6-0 with 7:27 on the clock. We'll take a quick break on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be right back.
Family and Hometown Pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that Family and Hometown Pharmacies are here for you. Now offering 2 ways to fill your prescriptions. Use the Refill Quick app on your smartphone or give them a call at 666-5519 or 666-5500.
Thanks again to our sponsors here on tonight's broadcast, Bluegrass Sports Nation, bringing you coverage here from Breathitt County and the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. Bobcats strike first with 7:27 on the clock. Eli Thomas into the end zone for a score. And the Bobcats, Preston Turner onto the field for the kickoff. Preston puts the boot to it, and it'll go high back to about the 40. And going to be handled by number 12 as he waved it off. Let's see what the name is here. Baker with the reception. Or Napier, David Napier with the reception. So the Bulldogs will take over with the ball on the 41-yard line. That'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bulldogs. Working from the left hash. Pelfrey gets the snap. He's going to keep it and pick up about 4 or 5 yards.
That was a positive gain there for the Bulldogs. Got about 4 or 5 yards, looks like, but I still like what I'm seeing out of this Bobcat defense, Rob. They're flying around, getting to the ball. I didn't see the number. One young man missed the tackle in the backfield and still hustled around and got in on the final tackle.
Well, I was trying to get my stat sheet pulled out. Max Pelfrey, the quarterback, is the third leading rusher for the Bulldogs. So he's coming in here with a few yards racked up this year. So look for him to, he's not afraid to keep the ball. And looks like we got a false start on the offense of Hazard. So they'll walk it back. 5-yard penalty will put it back at the 41-yard line, back where Hazard started this drive.
Another mental mistake there by the Bulldogs. I know that Coach Chandler, you don't want to see that early on in your ball game.
Bulldogs always with a fine-looking bunch of linemen, and they've got a good-looking group out there now. A little screen pass over to the right side of the field. 2 people there to make the tackle, Barnett and also Combs in on the tackle, as well as Barker and Spencer also there.
Go ahead.
Braden Barnett, probably the first one to get there, is able to get off the block. And, he's out there trying to hold containment in that screenplay. They always have somebody set up the block, but Braden doing a great job to make the tackle. Another give inside, and it's going to be tackled as soon as he got the ball by Braxton Terry. Maybe get back to the initial line of scrimmage. I didn't get the number on the ball carrier that time, but good defensive play by Braxton Terry.
Yeah, great penetration and really good job wrapping up on the ball carrier there, making sure he couldn't get away.
So ball over into Bobcat territory at the 49. Pelfrey takes the snap, will pitch over to the right side of the field. He's met right at the line of scrimmage and tackled again by the Bobcats. Blankenship with another carry, but nowhere to go as the Bobcats continue to swarm the football.
Well, you said it right there. They're swarming the football. The corner on that side, I'm not sure if you saw him, but he came up and pressed real good right there on the run. A little bit out of control, but that's what you want to see out of your cornerbacks, coming up and supporting the run defense, and they're doing a good job right now.
Pelfrey takes a snap, sits back in the pocket. He has time. He throws deep down the field. He's looking, and it's an interception by Austin Sperry. Austin Sperry, making good of his opportunity on defense, comes up with a big interception for the Bobcats.
Austin Sperry's making his presence felt early here tonight, Rob.
Big time play for Sperry as he skied up for the pass. Don't throw it my way. I'll take it away. So that'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bobcats. And the ball is spotted on the 27-yard line. Be on the right hash for the Bobcats coming out of their own territory. 5:06 on the clock. Bobcats up 6-0. We'll see what Coach Kyle Moore pulls out of the playbook here. Gibson just to the left of Holland. 2 receivers each side in the spread. Thomas will go in motion. Fake going down the field long. He's got a man out there, but he's overthrown. Pass intended for Combs, and he just had a little bit too much on that one. So the pass goes incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10, 5 minutes on the clock.
Not at all surprised by the play call there. I know that Coach Moore likes to hit on those big pass plays, and it was a good timing after you ran the ball really well on the first drive. Like to see him go back to the ground game here and impose their will some more on this Bulldog defense.
Ball back to the 27-yard line. The Cats go back to work. Offense on the field. Trips to the left. One receiver here to our right, I believe, is Combs. No, it's Sperry. Give in the backfield to Thomas. We got a flag in the backfield. Thomas with some big yards over in front of the Hazard sideline, but I'd say that one's probably going to be coming back. A couple flags, a little laundry in the backfield. 4:52 on the clock.
Nice run there by Thomas. Real good effort on that. A shame to see it go to waste there.
I'm not for sure if that was a block in the back or a holding call. But either way, it's on the Bobcats, and they'll march back with the penalty. First penalty for the Bobcats here tonight. Ball going to be back to the 17-yard line. Offense is already set, 2 receivers each side. One back is Thomas. And we got another flag. Let's see if they got encroachment on the defense. I believe they did. So the hard count by Miles Holland means the penalty will take it back a few more yards. So Bobcats able to gain a few yards that way as they'll march it forward 5 yards on the encroachment penalty against Hazard. 4:42 on the clock. Bobcats up 6-0 here in the first quarter. Trying to get some manageable yards to work with, Eric, after the penalty. It's still 2nd and long for the Bobcats. 2nd and 15. Holland gets set. 3 receivers to his left. Holland going to ride Gibson up inside. Gibson, pickup of maybe a yard or 2 before he's tackled.
Bulldog defense has tightened up on the run game here on this drive.
So that'll be 3rd and long for the Bobcats. We'll see where they mark it. Ball spotted on the 29-yard line. Cats still trying to get out of their own territory. 4:05 on the clock. 3rd down and 13 to go. Ball on the right hash. Holland into the huddle to call the play.
It's proven to be a costly penalty there by the Bobcats. They, I believe Thomas had picked up a 1st down, but they're backed up in 3rd and long now.
2 receivers. No, he'll bring Thomas back in the backfield now. 2 receivers to the left. Miles going to sit back. He looks plenty of time. He's going to throw across the field. He's got a man open. It's Sperry. Austin Sperry trips up. He's got the ball. He's up to 25 to 20 to 10, and he will walk into the end zone. Sperry with some steps on his man, and Holland with all kinds of time.
Yes.
Thanks to that offensive front. Holland throws it down the field. Sperry gets it. Looked like he was going to lose his footing, but he will walk into the end zone. And that is another family pharmacy scoring drive for the Bobcats here in the first quarter with 3:27 on the clock. They spent 4 minutes to get another score.
You know, that was a well-executed play. It was a very slow developing play for the Bobcats. Miles Holland had to look like you alluded to. He had plenty of time to do it to get Sperry coming across on the deep crossing pattern.
So we got Gibson in the back at the Wildcat. Barnett has a blocking back, and it's going to be whistle will blow the ball dead before the play gets started. Bobcats trying to even it up at 14-0 after the missed extra point on the first score. Combs will go into the lineup. Gibson once again back in the Wildcat. Barnett, the blocking back over on the left side. Terry will go in motion. So now you got Terry and Barnett both over on that left.
You know, I'm sure that return men hate that. As much effort as they put into getting that in the end zone, just to turn around and see that it's been called back due to what is oftentimes unnecessary holding or blocking the back.
True. So the ball spotted at the 41-yard line over on the left hash. 3:16 on the clock. Bulldogs coming out of their own territory. They'll go to work. Pelfrey back at the quarterback. Blankenship beside him to the left. 2 receivers here in front of us. Blankenship takes it up the middle. Caught immediately by Braxton Terry with a big tackle. They'll spot it back at the 41. So we got back to the initial line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. I don't know how many tackles Terry has already, Eric, but he's counting them up already in the first quarter. Screen pass again from Pelfrey over to the Bulldog sideline. He's got a man over there, and he's got somebody to beat. Tripped up. Looks like he was tripped up by maybe Adam Spencer. No, that's Barker. So Barker able to trip him up, but not after a big People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bulldogs. So a great little screenplay. They tried that early on, and it didn't work. But that time they were successful with the screenplay, and that was Javon White with the reception. Pelfrey again rolls out. He's going to throw to White again. And he's going to be tripped up and no, he's still on his feet. Brought down around the 12-yard line. And I believe that was Jalen Fullwood.
And Coach Matthew Chandler and the Bulldogs have found something here. They're, throwing the ball quick out on the wings to their playmakers, trying to get them in space. It's been successful here on this drive.
Fullwood, the 5th leading receiver for the Bulldogs. This time they're going to give it to Blankenship up inside. No, he's going to Pelfrey's going to keep it on the quarterback keeper. He'll get up to about the 9-yard line before he's brought down. Good fake that time to Blankenship.
Yeah, real good fake.
So with 2 minutes on the clock, Bobcats up 14-0 here in the first quarter. Bulldogs come back out and go to work.
Bulldogs are playing with some urgency here on this drive, Rob.
Pelfrey, empty backfield, puts a man in motion. He comes off the end and takes the end around. He's got some room, stutter step, and he'll cross the end zone. So a score for the Bulldogs, and that was Gavin Johnson on the end around. The sweep is good for the Bulldogs, and that'll make it 14-6 with 1:44 on the clock.
Impressive drive by the Bulldogs right there. They played with tempo. They got the ball, found a way to get it into the hands of their playmakers. And that last play there where they scored is the first time that I've seen Bobcats on defense tonight that were kind of watching the play.
Looked out of place, yeah. And it's going to be handled and covered up. I believe that was Adam Spencer. It was Spencer with a good handle on the football, and he just goes to the ground to make the play dead. So the ball looks to be spotted at about the 33, 34-yard line.
Yeah, a good job by Spencer. That was a difficult catch right there, and he was able to handle it well. It's a good thing he was, because it looked like it was going to bounce in front of Eli Thomas, and who knows which way it would have gone had it been allowed to hit the ground.
I'm glad you're here to handle some of the talking tonight, Eric, because I've got a case of the sniffins.
I sure hate to hear that. I've got a few cough drops if you need one.
1:43 on the clock. Bobcat offense on the field. Holland sits back. He's got plenty of time. Looking down the field, progressing through his reads. He throws short and going to be caught and steps out of bounds. Was he out of bounds when he made the catch? Pass went to Thomas, but it's called incomplete. So it'll be 2nd and 10 with 1:36 on the clock. Ball on the 33-yard line. Bobcats trying to come out of their own territory. Bulldogs, we talked about earlier, Eric, they've always had a sizable team. You know, last year I think they had some people sick, some people out, but they're boasting a big front on the offense. And if you look out on the defensive line, you see some different numbers. So they got some big guys that don't have to play both ways, and that's key for your big guys. Holland this time going to give up inside to Gibson. He's met immediately by a Bulldog. I believe is it 54 or 64? 54?
I don't know. It looked like they got somebody in there on the nose that's got some speed.
Yeah, it's John Sexton, defensive tackle. He's a junior for the Bulldogs.
He just went out, and they brought in number 52, Gannon Mullins.
Gannon's a great young player, too. Good to see Gannon on the field. Young man loves football. Bobcats go back to work. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 3 to the right. Trips. Holland going to sit back. Good blocking up front. Holland going to roll over to his left. Looks, throws down the field. He's got Sperry over there. Sperry. And the young man that made the reception was number 14 for the Bulldogs. That's Gavin Johnson.
You know, a lot of times when you muff a punt like that, it ends up in a turnover. Fortunate for the Bulldogs that they were to get on to it, but fortunate for the Bobcats, they had somebody right there that forced them to get on the ball, not able to pick it up and try to get something positive.
And Barker's footsteps were coming quick, and the Bobcats able to make the stop. That'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bulldogs as they'll go to work from the 31-yard line. Pelfrey going to give it up inside to Blankenship. He's met at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a pickup of 2.
Well, I'm still liking what I see on this Bobcat defense. They may have given up a score, but they're still flying around, making tackles. Good job by Jason Tosin to get up there and make something positive happen.
So 4 games in, Blankenship being the leading rusher for the Bulldogs with 515 yards. He's averaging 3-4 yards a carry. So the young man, going to be looked to by the Bulldogs to carry him. And they've got a pass over here on the left side, and it's caught. Pass from Pelfrey to Gavin Johnson is complete. It's for a big pickup of yards and into Bobcat territory. Ball going to be spotted at the 46-yard line on the left hash.
Really good execution there by the Bulldogs. They were able to get a man behind the corner in front of the safety, just find an open spot in the zone. Nice execution.
Well, that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. It's 14-7. Bobcats over the Bulldogs. We'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation after this message.
Wolfe County is widely known as a rock climbing and hiking destination, but is now quickly becoming known for its great restaurants and entertainment venues. Venues like Skybridge Station, where you can see live music on the weekends or go to Tuesday night trivia. Kel's Patriot Pizza, Spanx Frank's, Dixie Freeze, Beef Finca, 145 Stakeout, which has live music most weekends, The Brick, Red Point Barbecue, and Bites and Bargains. Wolfe County is naturally gorgeous, and Wolfe County Tourism invites you to stop in and try one of these great restaurants on your next visit.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
The Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance wants to...
Folks, back to the action to start the second quarter. Bulldogs go to work from the 46-yard line. Got a man in motion. Pelfrey takes a snap, sets back in the pocket. Intended to throw across the field will be incomplete to the man that was in motion. Connor Holbrook, the intended receiver for the Bulldogs, and Pelfrey with a little too much on it that time, a little out of Holbrook's reach.
Yeah, he had Holbrook there. He just threw it over his head. But if they were able to connect, they would have picked up probably something closer to first down, it looked like.
Ball on the 46 in Bobcat territory. Pelfrey and the Bulldogs go back to work. Trips to the right. 5 receivers now. Empty backfield for Pelfrey. Takes the snap, sets back. Flushed out of there by Terry, but he makes the pass, and it's complete. A number of Bobcats there to make the stop. And that was Jalen Fullwood. So Fullwood with the reception. He'll move it up to about the 40-yard line.
Good play there by Fullwood. He Barnett there got a little bit of a brush on him, but he was able to get off of that and still make the catch.
So 3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs. Once again, empty backfield for Pelfrey. Puts a man in motion. Pelfrey takes a snap, sets back, goes through his progressions, going to throw down the middle of the field. He's got a man back there. Intercepted. So the Bobcats once again pick off Pelfrey. That time the interception is made by Barker, I believe. Yep.
Yeah, I believe Barker knew where he was going with the ball. Was kind of staring down that receiver. And Barker was able to watch his eyes and get in front of him and pick that one off.
So as the Bulldogs threaten in the open of the second quarter, Bobcat defense stands tall, and Barker pulling down an interception. I tell you what, anytime the defense can get those takeaways, the offense has got to capitalize.
Yeah, you only get so many possessions a game, and you hate to turn the ball over because you need to try to capitalize on as many of them as you can.
Holland in the offense goes back to work. Give to Thomas. Thomas with an opening, shake and bake, makes the man miss at the 20. He's at the 25, knocked out of bounds around the 26-yard line. So another good run by Eli Thomas. Just so much shifty speed.
Yeah.
And such a you love a running back that has great vision.
Yeah.
And Eli Thomas gives you that in every play. He's got great vision on the field and knows who's coming after him.
Yeah, it's very sudden. He can stop and start, take off. He's got good speed, good vision, good power. The only thing is if he could grow a couple more inches, he'd have it all.
So that's going to move it up to about the 26-yard line. People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bobcats. People's Bank of Jackson working together to build success. Holland, the wide receiver on the left. Miles going to give it inside to Thomas. Thomas going to be tackled immediately.
It looked as if the Bulldogs almost expected that right there. They had the right defense on. We're blitzing from that side, and the Bobcats kind of run right into it.
Tackle that time made by number 72, Kenyon Higgins.
Rob, have the Bobcats lined up in the wishbone any at all this year?
Not to my knowledge. If we may have seen it over at Belfry, I can't remember, but I don't think so. If we may have had a player or two over there this time to give to Barnett. Barnett out of the backfield, up the middle. He's still on his feet. And that's going to be good for another People's Bank of Jackson first down as they give to Braden Barnett. And he'll bring it up to the 36-yard line.
Braden Barnett he's just a great looking athlete. His daddy was a real good football player here for the Bobcats, and his son, when he's out there, you can tell that he's giving it, everything he's got. Very seldom do you ever see that young man looking or watching a play. He's usually going all out.
I tell him it's all in the neck roll. You got to love it. Offense comes back to the line of scrimmage. Two receivers to the left, Terry and Combs. Snap, give to Barnett again. Barnett's got an opening. He's up to the 40, knocked out of bounds at about the 44-yard line, and we got a unsportsmanlike call, I believe, on the Bulldogs. I don't think it was a late hit out of bounds. I think it was maybe something as he was walking away.
Another tough run by Barnett. They're showing some power on that run, Rob. They may have to try to get the ball in his hands a little more often, possibly.
So we got an offsetting penalty, unsportsmanlike on both Bobcats and the Bulldogs. So second and about 2 yards. Bobcats back out on offense. Give to Gibson. Gibson around the right side. Looks like he's close to the first down marker. Got another flag coming out of the backfield. Holding on the Bobcats. So that'll walk it back.
Unfortunate there for the Bobcats with that mental mistake. They're moving the ball here, but now they're moving in the wrong direction.
The ball sitting on the 34-yard line at midfield. 9:34 on the clock.
Bring it second now.
It'll be interesting to see what Coach Moore pulls out of his bag of tricks here on 2nd and 12.
Offense comes to the line of scrimmage. Barnett and Gibson in the backfield. Holland with two receivers to his left. Screen play over to Holland. Holland makes a man miss. He's at the 40, and he's ran out of bounds. So a nice little screen play from Holland to Holland. So John Carter able to make one man miss and get around the block. And that'll bring it up to the 39-yard line. Still be third and manageable. They'll say third and about 7 yards.
Bobcats like that play right there. John Carter's got good speed and great acceleration. Anytime you can get the ball in his hands, it's opportunity for a big play.
I gotta give props to the unis. I tell you what, these uniforms, shades of the 90s in the Bobcats. And Holland with the hard count tries to draw off the defense. It doesn't work. He goes back to the armband to make the play call. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. And we got a timeout on the Bobcat side of the field, and we'll take it with them here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
At HCTC, we've got you covered. While you focus on completing your certificate, diploma, or degree, our success coaches will connect you with financial information, tutoring, and so much more. Stay on your path to success at HCTC. Call today at 606-487-3293. We'll never underestimate you.
They used to use something like that when players would get knocked out on the field. They called it sniffums.
They sure did. We may have to.
It's how they would wake college players up, and you saw it a lot in the NFL on the sideline. Holland sits back to throw, gets a block from Gibson, Flushed out of there now by the end, and he gets free. He's still looking down the field. He tucks it. He's up to the 45 to the 50, across midfield, and he's going to get down. So a big first down run by Miles Holland as he was able to elude numerous Bulldog defenders, and he's able to make the smart play and get down. So you got to have him at quarterback.
Yeah, that's a big-time play by Miles Holland right there. Able to I like how this young man keeps his eyes downfield as long as he can. So much pressure. He had to tuck it down and run. Did a great job being elusive here. Big gain. And like you said, he was smart enough to get down and avoid taking the hit.
8:33 on the clock, 14-7 Bobcats here in the second quarter. Miles Holland will go back to work over into Bulldog territory on the 45 at midfield. Trips to the left for the Bobcats. Give up inside. I believe that's Gibson. No, that's Thomas. So Thomas maybe back to the initial line of scrimmage. We'll see where they spot it.
Real good read there by number 2, Jagger Fields for the Bulldogs. Read that well, crashed down, able to keep the Bobcats from getting a gain there.
8 minutes on the clock. The ball will move to the 45-yard line on the left hash. Bobcats up 14-7. Holland will bring the play into the huddle.
The Bobcats were going no huddle with some momentum there on the first drive.
We'll come back out, 2 receivers to the left. 1 to the right. Give inside to Thomas, and he's tackled. Maybe a pickup of 1 yard.
Bulldogs read that really well again. Bobcats may have to come back to that a little bit later, possibly.
Higgins again in on the tackle. So we got a little change up of personnel as Combs will come out and Austin Sperry will come in at receiver. 7:05, 14-7 Bobcats.
I know if I was Coach Matthew Chandler and I saw Austin Sperry coming onto the field, I would be yelling, "Watch the pass" to my defense out there.
Well, they've had to prepare for that this week. I don't even know if, the word got out that Sperry would be playing this week, but he's back. He's been in the locker room, been in practice, and Holland sits back. Flushed out of the pocket over to the left. He's going to get out of bounds around the 45-yard line.
One of the Bulldogs got a hit on him as he was going out of bounds. See some Bobcat fans wanting a flag there, but I do believe the contact occurred in bounds.
6:42 on the clock now, and the Bobcats on 4th and long will be forced to punt. So the ball on the 45 in Bulldog territory. Braxton Terry back at about the 43, and he's ready to punt this one away. Puts the boot to it. Great punt. Going to flip the field, and it's going to be a fair catch called for right around the 10, 11-yard line. And that is Gavin Johnson with the reception. So the Bulldogs with the People's Bank of Jackson first down. Offense will come back out and go to work for Coach Chandler and the Bulldogs.
The Bobcats with 2 quick scores on their first 2 possessions, and since then the Bulldogs, defense has tightened up, kept them out of the end zone, and caused some punts. The Bobcats have managed to get a few turnovers here and keep the lead and keep the Bulldogs from pulling ahead or even evening it up. Be interested to see if they're able to get another one here, Rob.
Pelfrey waiting on the snap. Give up inside the Blankenship. Makes a man miss. He's over about the 20. Still on his feet. No whistle. And they'll say he got a knee down right around the 22-yard line. Looked like it would be good for the first down. We'll see that, and they're moving the chains.
Tough run by Blankenship. Good job to use some patience. And, when he took the handoff, he kind of put his head down, and some Bobcats kind of run right by him in the backfield there. So good patience, waiting for things to open up and pick up the first down for his ball team.
People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bulldogs. Pelfrey goes back to work. Give to Blankenship up inside again. He's met by Tolson and Gibson. A pickup of about 3, maybe 4 yards for Blankenship.
Yeah. That was kind of a delayed handoff there, wasn't it, Rob? A slow handoff. And it helped Blankenship to kind of let a couple of Bobcats get upfield and probably helped him pick up a couple extra yards.
The leading rusher for the Bulldogs, Blankenship, another running back with great vision. Pelfrey checks the armbands, and we got a whistle. We get a timeout on the Breathitt County sideline, and we'll take it with them on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message.
Hey, Brian Milo here for Appalachian Wireless. When we tell Eastern Kentucky we are you, it's true. We serve 28 counties with retail locations, and with over 300 cell sites, we have more than any other carrier. Keeping you connected, that's Appalachian Wireless.
What does one penny buy? How about an iPhone 13 at Appalachian Wireless? And now you can save up to 50% off select devices.
We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Family and hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Now offering 2 ways to fill your prescriptions. Use the Refill Quick app on your smartphone or give them a call at 666-5519 or 666-5500.
Pelfrey takes the snap, little screen pass, going to be caught. Gets by one linebacker, and he's up the left sideline in front of the Hazard faithful. One man to beat, and Austin Barker, I believe, will catch him and bring him down after a huge pickup that time. That was number 14 on the reception. That was Gavin Johnson, the leading receiver with 491 yards coming into this game. So a big pickup in a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bulldogs. Nice little pitch and catch from Pelfrey to Johnson.
That was a good time for that play call. That screen worked out really well.
2 receivers to the left. Pelfrey going to give up inside and some room to run as Blankenship as he'll get it up to the 15-yard line. 5:05 on the clock here before the half. Bobcats up 14-7. Bulldogs threatening on the 15-yard line. Offense gets set. Pelfrey with 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Blankenship beside him. He'll give up inside. Chased down by Terry and Tolson.
That was well read by the Bobcat defense there. I've got to say the last couple plays prior to that they almost looked a little bit tired, Rob. See a few Bobcats with their hands on their hips out there. I believe the same 3 linemen have been playing just about the entire game.
Yeah, I think you're correct. Pelfrey with the empty backfield. 5 receivers, 4 to his left. He sits back. He's looking towards the end zone. Going to come out of there and throw to his right. Caught at the 10-yard line and ran out of bounds by Combs. Receiver was Javon White with the reception. And that'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bulldogs. People's Bank of Jackson sponsoring all of our first down drives, working together to build success. People's is ready to help you reach your dreams.
That was a nice play there by the Bulldogs. They flooded the left side of the field, kind of draw attention that way, able to get just enough room on the right side for the first down.
Pelfrey takes the snap. Going to pitch to Blankenship. Stutter step, looks back inside, tackled immediately by Braden Barnett.
Well, Braden Barnett, that young man's having a fine game here tonight. He's been in a lot of plays, both offensive and defensively.
Clock continues to run, 3:56 now. Bulldogs in the red zone, threatening to score here before the half. Blankenship just to the left of Pelfrey. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Quick throw, screen play. Ball going to be dropped. That was Gavin Johnson, the intended receiver on the screen play. Looked like he had it right where he wanted it, but he couldn't hold on to it. 3:37 on the clock. The incomplete pass will stop the clock.
Looked like that young man was looking at the green he had in front of him there, not able to bring the ball in. Had a couple of blockers in front of him. Fortunate for the Bobcats, he wasn't able to contain the ball on that play.
Trips to the left for the Bulldogs. 1 receiver to the right. Pelfrey waits on the snap. Cats show blitz. Throw over towards the sideline. Caught, but he's tackled immediately in a big tackle by Austin Sperry. The reception was good. Pickup of about 5 yards. So the ball's going to be on the 5, but a touchdown saving tackle made by Sperry and a big hit made by that young man over on the sideline.
You know, something I've noticed on this drive, Rob, is the Bobcats aren't able to get pressure like they had been on previous drives.
Well, maybe a change up of blocking schemes and maybe just a good talk to. Wishbone offense for the Bulldogs. Pelfrey rolls out, looking to his right. He's going to throw to the end zone, and it's caught, and it's good. And that was Pelfrey with the reception. Who was in it? Who was in at quarterback? So Pelfrey on the reception in the end zone.
Was that 18 William Choctaw or?
It was Choctaw or Holland. I can't see the number from here. I believe it was Choctaw. Yeah, Choctaw with the pass into the end zone. Pelfrey with the reception. And that'll make it 14-13. The Bulldogs trying to tie it up with a point after here with 2:57 on the clock. Kick is up, and it is through the uprights. No good. Well, looked like that one went through from here, but I'm incorrect, and that'll make it 14-13.
Yeah,
with 2:57 on the clock.
Not going to argue with the refs on that call there, but that was a good drive by the Bulldogs. They've actually, performed well here. They got down 14 early on, and Coach Chandler's able to keep his team in the game, able to get back in it on the scoreboard and hold the Bobcats to a couple of punts here.
Yeah, like we talked about, they were able to come down and get a stop after they scored, and the Bulldogs able to march back down the field. A couple of big plays for the Dogs there in the second quarter, too, to draw them a little closer. So we got a 1-point ball game, 14-13 with 2:57 on the clock. Choctaw is an athlete, too. You'll see him do a lot of things for this football team. It'll be interesting to see what he does for their basketball team this year also up at Hazard.
Got 2 minutes, 57 seconds left here. I want to see what Coach Kyle Moore is going to do. Is he going to be content to go to halftime with a 1-point lead, or is he going to try to get 6 or 7 more here on the scoreboard?
Still plenty of time on the clock for the Bobcat offense as the kickoff team comes onto the field for the Bulldogs, and the little kick will fall back around the 32-yard line and be handled. Fair caught by Thomas. So the Bobcats will take over with a People's Bank of Jackson first down. People's Bank of Jackson working together to build success. 2:56 on the clock. It looks like they're going to spot this at the 33-yard line over on the right hash.
I'd really like to see the Bobcats come out here and run the ball like they did on that opening drive, Rob. Let this big offensive line get up there and pushing people around and use up this 2 minutes and 56 seconds.
Like we talked about, it not only does it build confidence, but you made it a good point right there. It eats the clock. So Coach Kyle Moore's offense back onto the field. Holland, single receiver here in front of us. Sperry on the far side, 2 backs, 1 each side. Give to Thomas. Thomas up inside, dances, makes 1 man miss. Still on his feet. He'll get up to about the 42-yard line at midfield. So a good run by Thomas. Going to be just shy of the first down with about 9 yards on the carry. So it'll be 2nd and 1 for the Bobcats. Ball on the 42-yard line.
It's fun to watch Thomas run the ball. He never stops moving his feet, does he?
He doesn't, and that's something that you teach as a coach. But you thought that first guy was going to get him, and he was gone. You know, when he can get by the first or second defender, look out, because he's already got some green grass in his eyes. Holland takes a snap. Give to Thomas again. He dances around, still on his feet, up at the 50. I don't know how he got by 2 of the Hazard defenders, but he's able to split them and get through. Yeah. And that is a big People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Cats. Like we talked about, they've eaten almost a minute off the clock as it drops below 2 minutes. And the ball going to be just over into Bulldog territory now on the 49-yard line.
Rob, I'm like you. I don't see how Eli Thomas managed to get by a few of those Bulldog defenders. It looks like they were right beside him. Could have reached out and grabbed him.
I thought he had to pick up a first down with about 5 yards, and he was tackled, and he just continued to tackle a few more. Going to give to Gibson this time. Still on his feet at the 30. Going to be tackled down around the 35. Good run that time by Gibson to come around that left side and got some good blocks and another People's Bank of Jackson first down.
Yeah, nice explosive run by Gibson. Whenever he runs the ball, that young man's almost looking for contact right there.
That's the kind of running back you like, especially if you're a lineman.
Oh, yeah.
Minute 35 on the clock. Bobcats up 14-13. Two receivers to the right, Terry and Holland. A give to Gibson. Gibson gets a stiff arm. A helmet comes off, and that's Sawyer Hall. So Gibson going to get up to about the 34-yard line, or 30, maybe the 33.
I think I still see a mouthpiece down there on the field.
Yeah, I think they're going to get that for him. Sawyer's calling for it. Sawyer will have to come off for a play and get his helmet back on, and lost his helmet, and he was still trying to block. 1 minute on the clock, 14-13. Holland going to sit back, looks down the field. He's got a few people open. He's going to be flushed out there. We've got a flag. He's going to dump it out of bounds, incomplete. We'll see what the flag is. It's going to come right around the offensive line, so we'll see what the call is from the white hat.
I'm not sure what the call is here, but it had a couple of blockers in the backfield that were looking around and not blocking anybody. You know, need to do just a little bit better job of swinging, keep their head on a swivel, as you say, and trying to keep people off the quarterback.
So with 55 seconds on the clock, we get a holding call against the Bobcats, so the ball will march back to the 45-yard line. Ball on the left hash. Line makes their way to the line of scrimmage. Terry and Holland, far receiver. Sperry here in front of us to the left. One back each side. Fake by Holland to Gibson. Holland going to roll out there, looking down the field. Looks, throws. Got a man down there, and it's Sperry, and he's caught. Tackled out of bounds. Just see where they spot the ball. Really close to the first down marker, where they call him to see where they spot it. I don't think he's going to get the first down. It's going to be third and about 3 yards. But a nice catch by Sperry.
Yeah, I don't think they gave him forward momentum. I believe he caught the ball past the sticks, but his momentum carried him back the other way. Good job by Miles Holland to stay away from the defense and find him. They had Sperry doubled on that play. He ran all the way across the field.
Yep, give to Gibson inside. He lowers his shoulder and drives forward. And looks like the line judge is spotting it. He's going to pick up the first down. So that'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bobcats. People's Bank of Jackson working together to build success. People's is ready to help you reach your dreams.
Like I said, Sperry was on the left side of the formation and was doubled. They had a corner on him and a safety over the top, and the young man ran all the way across the field and caught the ball by the numbers on the other side of the field. Good effort by Sperry.
Two receivers each side of the field to Holland. He rolls to his left, looks, comes back to midfield, going to be flushed out of the pocket. He throws across the middle, almost intercepted and fall incomplete. Johnson there almost able to take that one away. 18 seconds on the clock here before the half. Bobcats still up 14-13 on the Bulldogs. So they'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I couldn't see what Miles could see there because of this pole in my way. But from what I could tell there, that was not the best decision he's made here tonight. A couple of defenders in the area by the Bobcat receivers, need to hang on to those.
Ball going to be spotted on the 25-yard line over on the right hash. Bobcats come out and go back to work 2nd and 10. 18 seconds on the clock. Line gets set. Holland in the backfield, one back each side. Two receivers to his left, Barker and Holland. Sperry on the far side. Holland sits back in the pocket, looks across midfield. He's going to throw it deep to the end zone. Oh, and it's incomplete. Had two defenders over there with him. No flag down for pass interference. 12 seconds still left on the clock. So it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Bobcats.
Again, I'm not sure for the post here. It looked like a good route by Sperry, like he ran a post corner there and was
He got shoved in the back right before he made that cut to the right, but he was able to make the cut, go to the corner of the end zone. Holland had him there, and it was a good ball, good pass, just incomplete, not able to get there in time. Two receivers each side. One back to Holland. Give to him is Gibson. Gibson up the middle of the field, still on his feet. Is going to be tackled. He's still dragging about 3 or 4 Bulldogs. And 2 seconds, we get a timeout called to stop the clock. Some of the fans here in front of us maybe wanting a face mask, I believe, but no flag down, no penalty called. So if we get a timeout, we'll take it with them. Stay here. We'll take a short break. We'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation. Wolfe County Tourism. Wolfe County is naturally gorgeous. Come see all that Wolfe County has to offer. Jackson Medical Clinic and Family Health Care. Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic for all your medical needs. Open 7 days a week with new extended hours. With a hometown atmosphere, our family is sure to take care of yours. Go Time and Steak and Shake. Refresh, refill, and refuel at Go Time. 8 locations to keep you on the go. And Steak and Shake in Hazard, famous for steak burgers and great milkshakes. Appalachian Wireless. Appalachian Wireless is Eastern Kentucky. Great service, great people. Get more with the Appalachian Advantage plan. Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply. Stop by and see Scott for all your electrical, plumbing, heating needs, along with septic systems and appliance parts. Jackson Physical Therapy. Colby Watts is your physical therapist. Jackson Physical Therapy will get you back into the action. Thanks to Colby for helping the Bobcats. All kinds of coaching going on up here in the press box, folks, during the commercial break. We'll see what Kyle Moore does as the offense comes back out with 2 seconds on the clock, trying to score before they go into the half. Holland sits back in the pocket, empty backfield. He's going to roll out of there, chased, and he throws it towards the end zone. Skied up there, ball is tipped. It'll fall incomplete, and that'll bring us to halftime here at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. 14-13, Bobcats over the Bulldogs. And you're listening to Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after these messages to bring you some halftime stats.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Hey, Brian Milam here for Appalachian Wireless. When we tell Eastern Kentucky we are you, it's true. We serve 28 counties with retail locations, and with over 300 cell sites, we have more than any other carrier. Keeping you connected, that's Appalachian Wireless.
What does one penny buy? How about an iPhone 13 at Appalachian Wireless? And now you can save up to 50% off select devices.
We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolfe, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Jackson Physical Therapy is your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving Jackson and the surrounding areas. Owned by Colby Watts, Jackson Physical Therapy has a talented and experienced staff ready to meet all your physical therapy needs. Jackson Physical Therapy is a proud supporter of our local youth and sports teams. Call JPT at 666-9293 to schedule your appointment today and let us improve your quality of life.
People's Bank is proud to continue to invest in the Bluegrass State. Our team has years of experience right here in Eastern Kentucky. By partnering with People's Bank, we provide solutions, not just products. Our vision is to be the best community bank in America, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Family and hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Now offering 2 ways to fill your prescriptions. Use the Refill Quick app on your smartphone or give them a call at 666-5519 or 666-5500.
At HCTC, we've got you covered. While you focus on completing your certificate, diploma, or degree, our success coaches will connect you with financial information, tutoring, and so much more. Stay on your path to success at HCTC. Call today at 606-487-3293. We'll never underestimate you.
Made in America. What does that mean? It means jobs. It means craftsmanship. And when it comes to Vaughn Bassett furniture, it means value. And Kemper recognizes that. That's why they've dedicated an entire gallery to Vaughn Bassett. Made in America. See the quality. And now, see the price. Come see your favorite Kemper store in Hazard, London, or Somerset.
SEC Auto Sales, located at 1557 Highway 15 South in Jackson, is the fastest growing pre-owned dealership in the area. Whether you're looking for a used or new-to-you vehicle, SEC has you covered. Think you can't get finance? Well, think again. They have the best interest rates available, serving all of Eastern Kentucky. Let them show you an easy buying experience. Come on down and see Jeff, Dwayne, and the rest of the gang. Call 606-272-6888 or visit them online at secautosales.com.
Got about 11 and a half minutes still on the clock here during our halftime break. Bobcats up 14-13 on the Bulldogs. A very close first half of football, Eric. Bobcats came out, struck twice early with a carry from Eli Thomas at the 7:27 mark, and then they didn't waste much time. About 4 minutes later, with 3:27 on the clock, Holland with a pass to Austin Sperry, first game back for Austin, made his difference early with a big interception on defense and caught the touchdown pass to put the Bobcats up 14-0. Pretty much after that, the Bulldogs made some adjustments and did some things right. They came down, made a stop, marched down the field, and put some points on the board in the second. 1:44 on the clock in the first quarter. Johnson on a little sweep into the end zone for the Bulldogs, and then again the little pass from Choctaw to Pelfrey with 2:57 in the second quarter to make your score 14-13. The Bobcats missed the first extra point. It was 6-0, and they came out with a 2-point conversion after that second score from Holland to Sperry to make it 14. The point after attempt on the Bulldog side of the field was no good, and that makes your score 14-13 with 10:12 on the clock. A very close first quarter, the first half between these two ball clubs. First quarter, the Bobcats came out and tried to establish some dominance, something we've not been used to or we've not seen from them early.
No, that's something that we haven't seen from a Bobcat. You don't see a lot from the Bobcats anymore. They like to spread the ball, throw it around. But I love watching football where you line up and you run it right at them and you impose your will, you set the tone. That's winning football there.
Well, Coach Moore did that early in the first quarter, that first drive. I don't know if they threw a pass, maybe a screen in there, but they kept it on the grass.
I think that whole first drive was on the ground.
So Bobcats come out and establish that dominance early in the running game. But like we said, the Bulldogs and Coach Chandler, with a good stable of running backs and a good stable of receivers also, they've been able to move things around the field and do some things in the spread offense. Yeah. We've seen them come out in an empty backfield with 5 receivers, and they're not afraid to do that. Pelfrey able to tuck it and run it a couple times too.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Coach Chandler pulls another one out of the bag when he puts Choctaw in, and Choctaw makes the pass into the end zone. The reception made by Pelfrey. So,
yes, some versatility there by the Bulldogs and Coach Chandler and his ball team. I really like how he called their first scoring drive. The Bobcat defense was playing real aggressive and, wasn't really giving them anything in the run game, was putting pressure. So he caught a couple plays where he got the ball out of the quarterback's hands real fast, out on the edge to a playmaker, and they turned into 2 big plays, moved the ball down fast, and got his ball team back in the game and got their head on right again and some momentum and confidence. So kudos to him there for that. But now I like what I've seen out of both these ball clubs here tonight. They've been able to run it. They've been able to pass it. They're flying around playing defense. This is going to be a battle down to maybe the last drive with a game like this, Ron.
Yeah, I think you're right. And there's no give up in either one of these ball clubs. You see that from looking at the win-loss record with Hazard. They're 4-0. And we've seen it with the Bobcats. They were down big to Johnson Central, and they really came back and put some good drives together offensively. So there's no give up in either one of these ball clubs. With that being said, Hazard, Breathitt County, those two clubs get together. If they're playing checkers, there's not going to be any give up in any matchup between these two clubs. So A lot of great football left here, 7:30 on the clock. Folks, we appreciate everybody tuning in and listening. It's a great ball game. It's a great night for football. The temperature has cooled off here a little bit in the press box. A lot of hot air up here. I told Stephen Neese when I came through earlier that it just got a little warmer when I walked in.
Yeah, it needed to cool down up here. It's getting ripe. You can sniff each other up here.
7:15 on the clock, folks. We'll take another short break on Bluegrass Sports Nation and pay some bills. We'll be back after this break on BSN.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family-owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Wolfe County is widely known as a rock climbing and hiking destination, but is now quickly becoming known for its great restaurants and entertainment venues. Venues like Skybridge Station, where you can see live music on the weekends or go to Tuesday night trivia. Kel's Patriot Pizza, Spanx Frank's, Dixie Freeze, Beef Finca, 145 Stakeout, which has live music most weekends, The Brick, Red Point Barbecue, and Bites and Bargains. Wolfe County is naturally gorgeous, and Wolfe County Tourism invites you to stop in and try one of these great restaurants on your next visit.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Get in and out in a jiffy with gas, groceries, and a great meat department, and be sure and check out Sanford's Deli. Hutch Automotive, your home in Jackson for CarQuest Auto Parts, and stop and see them at Tire Works for all of your vehicle needs for the best price in town. Dr. Stephen Howard Chiropractic. If you're injured, Dr. Howard can help, including auto accidents, workers' compensation, no referral needed, over 22 years of experience. Rose Brothers Department Store with locations in Jackson and Beattyville. Be sure and shop in the store or online at rosebros.com. Breathitt Funeral Home, where they believe everyone deserves an honorable, respectable, and affordable final farewell. Newly renovated, and we have pre-need policies available. We treat your family like our family when only the best will do. YPK Motorsports with 4 locations in eastern Kentucky: Jackson, Hazard, Paintsville, and Ashland. In-stock machines ready for your family's next outdoor adventure. Visit ypkmotorsports.com for your next ride. Folks, we are back as you watch the Bobcats come onto the field and during the halftime session. Got about 2 minutes and 10 seconds here. The teams come back onto the field to begin their warm-ups. We gave you a little bit of scoring information there. Eric, I just got to say I'm impressed with the confidence and the determination of Pelfrey back there with nobody blocking for him in an empty backfield. You know the pass is coming. You know, it's a good opportunity for the defense to draw up a blitz, maybe change things around. But Pelfrey, being the leader that he is for the Bulldogs, able to sit back there and make some throws. And offense for the Bulldogs, I would think at this point, a little under the average. They've been putting up some big points in their games, 51, 33, 58, 32. So, you know, they put up some big points in a couple games, and in a couple of those, they've been right 32, 33 points. So, you would expect them. They're really close to their average at halftime, but you maybe think Coach Chandler maybe going to go into the drawing board and talk to Pelfrey and maybe pull out some plays here in the second half that we've not seen in the first part of this ball game.
I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Chandler opened things up a little bit here. This game's tight. You know, them being 4-0, they probably maybe thought this was going to be a little bit easier of a ball game for him, but you know, he's not. This is the first time he's taken part in a Breathitt Hazard ball game. It's always tough. And I would say that he's probably going to have to pull some things out of his hat that maybe he hasn't shown this year.
Well, I commend him on his play calling thus far, and I commend him on the way he's got his troops prepared. This Hazard Ball Club looks to be one of the better teams that we've faced in the last 3 or 4 years playing Hazard, 3 or 4 meetings. Bobcats up 14-13. If you're just tuning in, Bluegrass Sports Nation. Appreciate all of our fans listening. Appreciate our sponsors, People's Bank of Jackson, sponsoring our first downs here tonight. People's Bank of Jackson, working together to build success. People's is ready to help you reach your dreams. Also, Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy. They are sponsoring all of our scoring plays here tonight. Great people who have your safety at heart. Stop by and see them. Family and Hometown Pharmacy have always been proud supporters of the Bobcats. The buzzer will sound to end the intermission here at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. Like I said, the score is 14-13. The Bobcat offense came out early and was clicking. Eli Thomas punching his ticket, getting in the end zone first, and then Holland making the pass to Austin Sperry. We made mention of this being Sperry's first game back. It's got to raise the eyebrows of some people on down the schedule as they were preparing, maybe looked at some films already on the Cats as we bring back another weapon. And, you know, that he is. Sperry is always an athlete. He showed that early in the first half with a big interception on defense. And he can get up there. He can get up and get a ball out of the air on defense. And he does the same thing for Miles Holland as he can look down the field. And he knows Sperry's got a good vertical, and he's able to throw it down the field. Find him for that second score.
Yeah, Austin Sperry is going to be an asset to Coach Kyle Moore and this Bobcat team. Like you said, offense and defense both. He's going to help them out. You know, he's I believe he is the biggest player they have in the defensive backfield, and that's going to be handy to have someone with his size back there and his athletic ability and his jumping ability. And on offense, he's already made a touchdown and caught a couple of big plays. And there's a few that he's missed that I'm sure with some more time he'll be bringing them down. And one way that he's gonna help Miles and the rest of the offense is teams are gonna have to account for him.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they've been playing him man with the safety over the top. That's gonna open something else up.
Somebody else somewhere is going to be open if Sperry's got 2 guys on him. And we've seen Holland also go to him and throw a pass to him in the corner of the end zone. A very popular play of the Bobcats is Sperry went across midfield, made that cut toward the corner of the end zone. We saw that a couple of times in state championship games, and that time the pass was incomplete, but Sperry able to make that cut, and Holland obviously looking for him. So, but like you made mention, he's going to draw that defensive presence.
Yeah.
He's going to get the safety over the top and have 2 people on him if they're going man, and that's going to open somebody up somewhere across the field. So, and that's something that the coaches will look at with Miles on the film later on. They'll say, you know, when you see this guy's going to be open and this guy's going to be here.
Yeah, just adding another weapon like that is going to open things up. It's going to just give another avenue for Coach Moore to call plays and attack these defenses here the rest of the year.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We got less than a minute here left in the intermission. I've not had a chance to pull up Facebook and look at any of the comments or look at any of the names that have been watching us here tonight. I'll try to do that here in the second half. Appreciate all of our fans tuning in on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We're doing our utmost this season to bring you coverage across the region. As you'll look across some of our streams, you'll also see us covering Letcher Central football and Prairie Central football. So trying to bring you as much as the student athletes as we can in this region, in this area. We appreciate Letcher County and Prairie letting us cover those ball games for them. But here tonight, we got a barn burner in the first half, 14-13 between the Bobcats and the Bulldogs. And they'll flip fields to start this one out. Bobcats will be receiving the ball here to start the third quarter. As you look out on the field, fans, you can see that the light show going on. New system that we've got here at the field. The lights do a little dance with the music in the background, and it's something new. And the facilities here we made mention of many times, Eric. The administration just doing a great job at making sure these guys have got the best in any sport. Ball going to be covered. A little pooch kick by the Bulldogs, maybe trying to take over and get a onside kick. Little pooch kick going to be covered up by Wyatt Spencer. And the ball will be spotted on the 45-yard line. It'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down as they'll start the second half.
Good job by Spencer to be alert enough to fall on that. That'd been a bad way to start the second half to let the Bulldogs recover the kickoff.
And a good call by Coach Chandler just to pooch that kick and see what we can do. Defense, we got to pin our ears back and go back to work. Good field position for the Bobcats as they start on the 45 over on that right hash. One receiver each side. Holland going to give it to Thomas. Thomas inside, gets past the initial line of scrimmage, still on his feet. Pickup of about 4 yards. And once again, Eli Thomas, just feet still moving, legs pumping, able to get past the initial tackler and get it over into the linebackers. And he's going to move the ball 4 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 6. Ball just shy of the 50. And we got one hazard player obviously down with a cramp.
Going back to that play there, another good job by Thomas there. It looked like number 72 on the defense had him wrapped up, and he was able to spin out of that and pick up a few extra yards.
Got a hazard Bulldog player down, looked like with a cramp. He went down suddenly, and he's going to be helped off the field as they'll get somebody in for him. And that's something you see, too, Eric. Cramps here really, it's still a hot part of the football season. I mean, we had high temperatures today. Things have cooled off, but these guys got out here and kicked this one off. It was probably still in the mid-80s. So,
yeah, got to stay well hydrated and stuff. I don't know about you, Rob, but I always got my cramps after the game.
After the game. 11:24 on the clock. Offense comes back out and gets set to go to work from the 49. 3 receivers to the left for Holland. 1 back in the backfield is Thomas. Thomas takes the carry across the middle of the field, still on his feet, over into Bulldog territory. He'll finally be tackled at the 40-yard line.
I don't know about you, Rob, but that excites me right there to see the Bobcats get it.
Right up the middle.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with the speed and power that Thomas is able to run with there. I would love to see them, keep running the ball like that, burn some clock off here, and take control of the ball game here in the third quarter.
Coaches on the headsets obviously see something they like. They've went to Thomas twice there up the middle here in the start of the third quarter. Thomas able to pick up another People's Bank of Jackson first down. Barnett in at the blocking back in front of Gibson. Holland will come in, set up shop, and he gets the handoff. Holland with some room to run. He's brought down by the first tackler, which is Johnson. And John Carter Holland will bring it up. Gain of about 3, so we'll say it's on the 37-yard line.
I really like the effort to get the ball in John Carter's hands. He's just like Eli Thomas, got a lot of speed. You want to get him in some space, but well read by the Bulldog defense, to stop him for a short gain.
Offense sets up shop on the 37. They're on the left hash. 2 receivers each side of the field. Gibson in the backfield beside Holland. Holland fakes, short throw, screen play to Combs. He makes the reception, gets up to the 35.
A lot of times those short passes like that are just an extension of the run game. And it looks like Coach Moore has come out with a determined effort to run the ball here and maybe burn some time and see if he can't wear out this Hazard defense.
Holland with Barnett and Gibson beside him. 2 receivers far side of the field. He'll give to Barnett. Barnett got some room to run. He's at the 30, up to the 25, the 20. Finally brought down around the 19-yard line. So a big run by Braden Barnett. We've called his name here a couple times here tonight, and Braden obviously making the most of his minutes when he gets back in the backfield, and he's a big force to be reckoned with on defense.
Yeah, good run by Braden. Good vision to kind of cut it back up inside a little bit there. Good blocking up front right that time by the Bobcats. Able to open up a big hole there for Barnett to get up into.
Quick shout out to S.J. Sally and Bobby Bush, both of those guys watching. I know they're watching us every week on Bluegrass Sports Nation. Give to Gibson inside. He's got some room to run. He's got a blocker in front of him. Still on his feet. Step on into the end zone. What a run by Jaden Gibby Gibson. Lowered his shoulder, had a blocker in front of him, and we've got laundry on the field.
Rob, I don't know about you, but it almost seems to me like this Bobcat team is coming into their own right now and kind of finding what their identity could be.
Yeah.
If they continue to play like this right here.
Well, mid-season form, we've made mention about, a ball club being young. We had an unsportsmanlike call, offsetting penalty on both teams, but the touchdown is good. So with 8:50 on the clock here in the third quarter, Jaden Gibson puts it in the end zone for the Bobcats.
That was just a really well-executed play, blocked good by the line, and then the players that aren't offensive linemen, your other skill players, helped block and get Jaden into the end zone right there.
Adam Spencer on for the hold. Terry with the kick. Ball is up, and it splits the uprights, and it's good. That'll make your score 21-13 with 8:50 on the clock. Bobcats, once again, they call number 20, Braden Barnett's number. He moves the ball up the field, and then they look to number 9, Jaden Gibson, and Gibson puts it in the end zone. And that makes your score 21-13 here in the third quarter. Big scoring play. We appreciate Family Pharmacy for sponsoring those scoring drives here tonight. Family Pharmacy, great people who have your safety at heart. Stop by and see them at Family and Hometown Pharmacy.
Gibson was running with some power right there. He stiffed arm on Bulldog, was able to just kind of wheel himself into the end zone and not let him bring him down there, Rob.
Well, he's a downhill runner.
Yeah.
When we say that, we say north to south and east to west, and you want a running back that's going to go downhill, north and south, picking up yards, and Gibson is one that does that. He's not somebody that's going to dart around to the outside and look for the sweep. He's going to go right up inside, and he's not afraid of contact. And like you said, he drew a defender, and he got the stiff arm and wheeled himself into the end zone. So we got Preston Turner back on to kick it off for the Bobcats. Wyatt Spencer also lining up. So they're showing shades of that onside kick again, and Turner's going to put it in the air to go out of bounds around the 40-yard line. A little bit too much on that one maybe for Turner. Last week he was very successful with a little onside pooch like that as the Bobcats were able to clean up one of those onside kicks.
Yeah, I see the appeal of that type of kick. You kick it up high with the chance that maybe they'll muff it or your team can get down there and cause like a mishandling of the ball. And if they are able to handle it cleanly, then, they're not going to have a chance at a return. So,
right.
I do see the appeal in why these teams are approaching the kickoff that way.
Another shout out to Bill Smith out there watching us. Good to see Bill on there. Dogs come out. Empty backfield again for Pelfrey. He puts a man in motion, and he'll give it to him in the backfield. And he's going to be tackled by Tolson up around the 43, 44-yard line. Ball carrier that time was Javon White. So empty backfield. They come out to put White in motion. and a little jet sweep in the backfield. Pickup of a few yards. Pickup of about 5.
Well executed play there, blocked well by the Bulldogs, able to pick up 5 yards on first down. That's a positive.
Trips right for Pelfrey. One back to his right. Waits on the snap. He'll roll out, throws across midfield. Oh, almost the second interception for Barker. Pass was intended for number 6, I believe, and that is Connor Holbrook. And Barker almost there to pick that one off again for the Bobcats. You got to love the play of the defense here tonight. We've heard a lot of people with questions about the secondary. I think they're answering those questions tonight. And you made mention about them coming into their own. It's midseason. You got a young team, so you got some people, freshman players at some key positions, and Sperry coming on to help them out. Ball almost tipped that time by Terry. Little screenplay going to be good for a first down. People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bulldogs.
Those quick hitting pass plays out there they've really been working for the Bulldogs here tonight. I'm sure that the Bobcats talked about that when they were in at halftime. That's something that I'm sure that Coach Chandler's going to keep coming back to.
Yeah, it seemed to work for them, and they're able to make that. The other receiver over there is able to get the block, and they're able to get out of there and a pickup of at least 4 or 5 yards every time. That time they got a first down out of it. So once again, another little screen play, and it's going to be tackled by Tolson. And that receiver was Gavin Johnson. No pickup on the play. It'll be second down and 10. Ball from the 45-yard line over on the left hash.
That was nearly the same play, just a little bit of a different look in the formation there. Bobcats were ready for it that time, though.
2 receivers each side stacked for the Bulldogs. One back the side of Pelfrey to his left. He'll give up inside. That's Blankenship. Blankenship again met, that time tackled by Braxton Terry.
Great job by Waylon Abner to get in there with some penetration and kind of slow him down.
Well, I'll tell you what, we don't call his name enough, but Waylon Abner, forced to be reckoned with on defense. You'll see him come off. I think maybe he's got a cramp.
Yeah, he's had a good ball game. He's been playing good on both sides of the ball here tonight.
Carson Miller will come in for him. Pelfrey, another screen play over there to Johnson, and he's going to be Barnett was there for the initial stop. We had another Bobcat coming in on the tackle. We got a flag down. Receiver that time again was Gavin Johnson. Personal foul face mask on the Bobcats. So somebody tackling a little too high, maybe got caught up in trying to make the tackle as Barnett looked to be the first one there. And that'll move the chains. That's a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bulldogs. People's Bank of Jackson working together to build success. People's is ready to help you reach your dreams.
Good effort by Barnett to contain the runner there to other Bobcats to come on and make the tackle. Unfortunate about the penalty.
Trips to the left again for Pelfrey. He'll pitch out there to Johnson, and Gavin loses his footing and will go down. That was Blankenship, my bad.
Another play where the Bobcats are flying to the ball right there, yeah. Rob.
Had a number of defenders there. Blankenship just not able to keep his footing. He went down, and it'd be a loss on the play. So it'll be second and about 13, looks like from here. Ball on the 45-yard line in Bobcat territory. Pelfrey checks the armband. He'll move Blankenship over to his right. 3 receivers again to the left. Takes the snap, sits back in the pocket, throws quickly across the middle of the field. He's got a man there, but he drops it. He had the ball in his hands. It looked like he had a few steps. Yeah. But that time the ball falls incomplete. The receiver was Javon White, second leading receiver for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, White ran a slant pattern right there, had a few steps on the defender, just not able to corral it. Fortunate for the Bobcats, looked like he had some room to run there had he brought it in.
3rd and long, 3rd and 13 for the Bulldogs. Pelfrey sets up shop. 2 receivers stacked each side. Blankenship shows the screen, but Pelfrey's going to throw across the middle of the field, and it's incomplete. Pass intended for number 14, Gavin Johnson. The ball didn't make it to Johnson. Looked like maybe he was trying to stop and come back for it. And he went down, but the ball falls incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th and 13.
Yeah, I wonder if Pelfrey wasn't trying to throw it in a way that he would come back to the ball, because the way he was going, he was running into the defense, but quarterback, wide receiver, not on the same page right there.
Well, if you notice that time, Pelfrey didn't really go through a progression either. He had his eye out the middle of the field most of that play. Steps back this time in the pocket, doesn't go for it on 4th and 13 across the middle. Ball falls incomplete. Good defensive coverage that time by Austin Sperry again. Tolson and Spencer and Gibson also there. So that is a turnover on downs for the Bobcats. Great play by the defense that time to snuff out the offensive drive, and the Bulldogs come back out and go for it on 4th and 13 and come up empty.
Yeah, really good stand there by the Bobcats. Good pass defense there on a few plays.
Pivotal 5 minutes here in the third quarter for the Bobcats. They come out and make a stop. The defense able to make something happen. And Breathitt will come back out from the 45 with the People's Bank of Jackson first down. Trips to the left for Holland. Thomas will go back in the backfield to Holland's right. Give inside to Thomas. He's got some room. He's at the 40. He turns up to the 35 or up to the 46, my bad. They're probably spotted at the 45. And that's going to move the chains. Good enough for a first down. People's Bank of Jackson, once again, sponsoring our first down plays. Eli Thomas, again, a young man that moves the ball down the field for the Bobcats on that play.
Yeah, you wonder how does he get that many yards going up the middle like that, but he's going so fast, I don't think they got time to tackle him, Rob.
I don't either. They, he's able to get away from those defenders. We've mentioned that a couple times, and just able to break a tackle or stiff arm, and that time twisting to get through the line. 2 receivers each side for Holland. Gibson back beside. He'll take the delayed handoff. He's got some room. He's at the 50, the 45, lowers his shoulder and rolls up to about the 43-yard line, and that's another People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bobcats.
That's a nicely drawn up play, well executed, and very timely play call there, because the Bobcats have been running the ball, and every now and then hitting with the pass. That delayed handoff is something you don't see a whole lot, and the Bulldogs didn't really seem to be prepared for it. And anytime you can give Gibson the ball with a little bit of room to run, he's going to get you something.
Yeah, he's really working hard on the offensive side of things. If you watch him, he's back there blocking when he's not getting the ball. Holland this time gives to Thomas. Thomas dances, didn't like what he's seen, bounces off one defender, still on his feet, up to about the.
I don't know if he bounced off that defender. The defender bounced off him.
There's a little bit of size difference between that defensive tackle and Thomas, but that time Thomas. We're going to have to come off the field. Braden Barnett will come in. He made a motion to his helmet. Thomas will come off the field and helmet be checked out.
Coach Moore very fortunate to have the stable of running backs he has here. Barnett, Gibson, Thomas, able to put Carter back there sometimes. A lot of talent there to carry the ball for the Bobcats.
2 receivers to the left. One at the far side of the field is Combs. 2 backs. Now Holland will go in motion and set up shop. And he'll get the handoff. He's got some room at the 40, up to the 35. Brought down around the 33, 34-yard line. We saw that play a couple times here tonight. John Carter Holland lines up as a receiver, goes in motion, sets up shop beside Holland, and then takes the handoff.
Yeah, I like what Coach Moore's doing there. John Carter is a young man with a lot of speed. They need to try to get the ball in his hands a little more if they're able to.
3 minutes on the clock, and it's 3rd and 1 for the Bobcats. 2 receivers to the left. Far side of the field is Austin Sperry. Barnett and Gibson to the right of Holland. Holland calls for the snap. Give to Gibson. Gibson hurdles one defender, and he'll get it up to about the 32-yard line, maybe the 31. We'll see where they spot it. Should be enough for the first down. Motion on the field is good for a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bobcats. Yeah, I like the play call, and you made mention that you wanted to see the Bobcats come out and eat the clock. We also made mention the pivotal 5 minutes here in the third quarter for the Bobcats if they could get down the field and put another 6 points on the board.
Yeah, I've heard people talk before, in discussing football about how games are won and lost in the third quarter, Rob.
Exactly
a lot of
right.
times, if you can get up there, then you can put your opponent kind of back on their heels in the fourth quarter.
Long ball down the field for Holland, intended for Sperry. It's caught, and we got a flag. That may be pass interference, but he made the catch. The line judge is going to spot him at about the 3-yard line, looks to me like. Great ball from Holland. He had Sperry over there, a couple defenders. We've talked about that tonight, too. 2 defenders on Sperry, and he's able to go up and get the ball.
Yeah, that's when you know you've got a talented wide receiver when you go to him even when he's double covered.
2:07 on the clock. It stops with the whistle. We'll see what the call is on the field. Pass interference on the defense. I would expect that. Well, I thought he made the reception. Maybe he was out of bounds because they're only going to move it up the penalty yards. So it'll be 1st and 10. People's Bank of Jackson, first down for the Bobcats. Ball spotted on the 15-yard line.
Single coverage down here on Sperry.
Check that. Looks to be on the 16-yard line. Holland takes a snap. He'll give to Barnett. Barnett, and he's going to lunge forward up to about the 15.
I think the Bulldog defense has seen that counter blocking scheme enough now. They're getting a little wise to it.
Barnett's going to come out, and Jason Tolson will come in. So we got Tolson. And we also got Thomas back in the game. 2 receivers to the far side of the field. Combs and Alex Strong give inside to Thomas. We got another flag. Thomas still on his feet. We got a whistle. Just about ripped the jersey off of Thomas after the whistle, but there's already a flag down, so we'll see what the call is.
Yeah, I think that that defender got a word from the ref there. I mean, when the whistle blows, it's time to let go.
Yeah, you see that a lot in a lot of high school games. There's still some playing going on after the whistle, but that's common these days.
I'm a firm believer in you play through the whistle, but when the whistle stops, you stop.
So the penalty will go against the offense, and Breathitt will walk it back. 1:28 on the clock. Bobcats facing a long yardage situation after the penalty. Ball going to come all the way back to about the 28-yard line. So to be 2nd and forever. Ball actually spotted on a 28. The first down marker is way up the field around the 8-yard line. Holland gets set, calls for the snap. He'll give to Thomas. 1 defender misses. 2nd defender able to make the tackle.
Yeah, Thomas made a few defenders miss right there. Narrowly avoided taking a big hit as he was going down there.
C.J. Simpson, the senior linebacker for the Bulldogs, making the stop.
Yeah, the Bobcats, like we were talking about, were able to burn some clock off here, had a good drive going. Penalties, mental errors here have kind of bitten them and putting them in a tough situation.
2 receivers far side of the field. Holland with a hard count, trying to draw off the defense. Goes back to the armband, changes the play. 1 back to each side, Gibson and Thomas. He'll fake, sit back in the pocket. Will roll out to his left. Points for a blocker. He's going to keep it. And he'll go down at about the 25-yard line over in front of the Breathitt bench.
Well defended by the Bulldogs right there. Holland not able to find a man to deliver the ball to. Bring it up 4th down here.
Bring up 4th and long. It's Coach Moore with 15 seconds on the clock. Probably let the clock run out on this one and start the 4th quarter. Your score is 21-13. Bobcats with the lead. And with 4 ticks on the clock, the teams will walk to the sideline. We'll take a quick break here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back to start the 4th quarter.
Hey, Brian Milo here for Appalachian Wireless. When we tell Eastern Kentucky we are you, it's true. We serve 28 counties with retail locations, and with over 300 cell sites, we have more than any other carrier. Keeping you connected, that's Appalachian Wireless.
What does one penny buy? How about an iPhone 13 at Appalachian Wireless? And now you can save up to 50% off select devices.
We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
The Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance wants to inform the general public that Little Flower Clinic is a full-service medical clinic available for everyone. We accept most major insurances like the one your employer provides and Medicaid. Little Flower has an experienced staff of medical professionals providing all types of services from general physicians, mental health services, dental, chronic disease case management, and even chiropractic. We have on-site x-ray and laboratory services. Little Flower Clinic, everyone's medical home in the mountains.
Bobcats go back to work. Holland takes the field, trips right for Holland. Empty backfield, two receivers to his left. Takes the snap, sits back, comes out of the pocket, looks down the field, looking to the end zone, throws across the middle of the field, caught at the 5-yard line by Barker. So a good catch by Barker at the 5-yard line. He had to come back to get that one.
Yeah,
good read by Holland.
Yeah, that was just good nonverbal communication there. The receiver saw his quarterback rolling out in trouble, came back to the ball. He saw him connecting. That was just very well executed play by the Bobcats.
Another People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Cats, courtesy of Miles Holland and Austin Barker. Barker's come up big on defense a couple times tonight.
He has had a good game here, and you got to be impressed by this young quarterback of the Bobcats. He's made, for the most part, just made a bunch of good decisions so far this season.
So we'll get a timeout on the Breathitt sideline. We'll take it with them here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message. Hazard Community and Technical College. Whether you're starting college for the first time or thinking about a career change, they've got you covered. Offering associate degrees, diplomas, and certificates, they're here to help you reach your goals. Kemper Furniture, local families serving local families. Come see us for Eastern Kentucky's largest in-stock selection of furniture. Friday Pizza, your home for the best pizza in Jackson, along with their famous hoagies. Give them a call at 606-666-5454. Appalachian Regional Healthcare, where their goal is to improve health and promote well-being of all people in Central Appalachia. Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson, serving the financial needs of Breathitt County. Check out the CBTJ free mobile app banking right on your mobile device. Law offices of David A. Johnson, with offices in Hazard and Jackson. If you've been injured, call David and his staff. They are the car wreck professionals. We are back at the Holcomb Athletic Complex. Bobcats continue to eat on the clock, chewing up almost 6 minutes now. Third quarter into the fourth quarter. Going to give to Thomas. Thomas out of the backfield. Dances. Going to be brought down around the 3-yard line. And they say the ball came loose. And Hazard is going to recover the fumble. It looked like Thomas may have been down, but the ball was stripped and taken away. So a big defensive play for the Hazard Bulldogs as they'll take over on the 4-yard line. Backs to the end zone, but the Bobcats, we made mention, they ate up 5 minutes in the third quarter and brought it out in almost a full minute here in the fourth, and got down in scoring territory, and they turn it over. So the defense going to have to come up with a stop for the Bobcats to keep this going.
Yeah, that's a shame that wasted that good conversion there. Bobcats were so close they could sniff the end zone and have a turnover.
Yep. Give in the backfield to Blankenship as he's met by Terry. Terry tackle in the end zone to the safety. Braxton Terry gives a safety signal, and we're waiting on the call from the referee.
They're going to put it on.
They're going to spot it on the 1-yard line. All of the Bobcat faithful and the Bobcat players were given a sign for the safety, but Mr. Referee says he's down on the 1 yard line, so your score will stay 21-13, 10:48 on the clock. Pelfrey from the end zone throws the screen play, gets one defender to miss, still on his feet. Up at the 10, he's got the sideline. He's on the move, still on his feet, and he's brought down around the 30-yard line by 3 defenders. So that time, the Bulldogs capitalize and make some big yardage. People's Bank of Jackson, first down for the Dogs. Everybody in the stands here thought we had a safety courtesy of Braxton Terry. It didn't happen that way. The ball from the 1 yard line, Pelfrey throws the screenplay, and the Dogs go to work from the 31. Pelfrey keeps. He's got some room to run. He's up to the 40. He gets up to about the 46, 47-yard line.
Those screen passes, Rob, I think have been some of the most productive plays here for the Bulldogs here tonight.
So the Bulldogs continue to move the football. That's good for another first down. People's Bank of Jackson working together to build success. That time, Pelfrey successful with the quarterback keeper. Big shout out to Coach Urton Sparkman watching us here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. Also Janelle and Doug Fugit and Jackie Allen. Pelfrey takes the snap, pitch over to Blankenship, cuts it back inside, and he'll meet a number of defenders over in Bobcat territory. We're going to get it up to about the 46, 47-yard line. We'll see where they spot it.
Starting to see just a little bit of chippiness out there. Hopefully that's something that if it continues, the refs will get in front of.
If you're a referee, you got to stay in front of that. I know it's tough for them to do, but
well, I mean, it is a contact sport, but you just need to not let it go too far because it can get out of hand easily.
4 receivers now to Pelfrey's right. 1 receiver here. Going to sit back, throw it across the middle, tipped, and it'll go incomplete. Pass intended for Gavin Johnson will be incomplete.
Good job by Terry to get in there quickly and get his hands up, recognize what's going on and make the throw difficult for the quarterback.
3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs. 9:13 on the clock. They do have the ball over in Bobcat territory. Ball in the middle of the field. Bobcat faithful comes to life here on this big 3rd down play. Trips to the right for Pelfrey. Puts a man in motion. Takes the snap, sits back in the pocket, looks downfield. He'll make the throw across the middle. Incomplete. Out of the hands of Javon White.
The receiver did not seem to be on the same page as the quarterback. Was kind of jogging through the route. Did not look to me like he expected the ball to be coming to him. But, Pelfrey was looking his way and put it right on him, not able to connect for the Bulldogs.
9:09 on the clock here in the 4th quarter. 21-13 ball game. Bulldogs going for it on 4th and 5. Press box is a rocking. The Bobcat faithful loud and proud. Empty backfield for Pelfrey. Trips to the right. 2 receivers to his left. Sits back in the pocket. Flushed out of there. He throws down the field. He's got a man open, and it's popped. That is his favorite receiver, Gavin Johnson, with a big reception up around the 15-yard line. We're going to say he was out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So a big People's Bank of Jackson first down as the Bulldogs convert on 4th and 5.
Yeah, big-time conversion by the Bulldogs. Good job for Pelfrey to locate the open receiver. Bobcats got to keep a better eye on guys, not let them get wide open on an obvious passing down.
Trips right. Pelfrey rolls to his right, throws short, caught, and he'll be out of bounds. That receiver was Javion Fullwood. He makes the reception with 8:45 on the clock. Pickup of about 5 on the play. It'd be 2nd and 5. Ball on the 10-yard line. Snap back to Pelfrey. Gives inside. Tackled immediately by Braxton Terry. Memphis Blankenship going nowhere that time. He got the handoff, and Terry was waiting on him.
Yeah, the Bobcats have been able to kind of snuff out the Bulldog rushing attack here so far in the second half, Rob.
8:27 on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. 21-13 your score. Bobcats up on the Bulldogs. Bulldogs threatening. Ball sitting on the 11-yard line. Pelfrey goes back to work. Oh, bad snap over the head of Pelfrey as he falls on it. Still loose. Finally covers it. but a huge loss of yards that time, courtesy of the high snap. And Pelfrey had to get back and fall on it. The ball came loose and was able to roll over and cover it up. So with 7:48 on the clock, a pivotal play for the Bulldog offense.
You know, plays like that, Rob, they're just backbreakers for a ball club. The Bulldogs had a pretty good drive going there. Were able to convert with a big long pass play, get them down the field inside the red zone, and have a mistake like that.
They were on the 11-yard line. Now the ball's on the 33. Fourth down and forever for the Bulldogs. Man in motion. Pelfrey takes a snap. It's low. He picks it up off the ground. He's flushed out of there about Barnett, and he's brought down. Braxton Terry and Braden Barnett with a huge defensive stop. And the Bobcats will take over on downs.
So you just got to love what you've seen out of these Bobcats tonight. That right there was just relentless pressure by Braden Barnett and the fellow Bobcats. You know, they want this one here tonight, Rob, on the riverbank. The Bulldogs came calling, and I think the Bobcats are ready here tonight. We'll still got 7 minutes to play, though.
A big defensive stop by the Cats, and they'll take over on downs. And they capitalized on the high snap and the loss of yardage by Pelfrey as he had to cover up the ball. And just a big fourth down play. Bobcats pin their ears back and go after it. Now we got the offense back on the field. 2 receivers to the right, 1 back each side of Holland. Takes the snap, give to Gibson. Gibson around the left side, lowers his shoulder, still on his feet up to about the 40.
Gibson. Second down, see.
It's not. That's 7:12 on the clock, 21-13. Miles Holland comes onto the field with the play. Steps into the huddle to make the call. Bobcats taking their time, get to the line of scrimmage. 10 seconds on the play clock. 2 receivers to the right. Holland takes the snap. Give to Thomas. Thomas dances back. They're going to say, all right, a little bit of pushing and shoving, no flag. They're giving forward progression, I believe, and they'll spot it back at the 40-yard line. It's a good time for the referees just to have a little talk with a few players. 6:26 on the clock, 21-13 your score. Bobcats trying to march it over into Bulldog territory. 3rd down and 6. Ball just over the 40-yard line, still in Breathitt territory. 3 receivers to the left now for Holland. He'll give to Thomas. Thomas gets up to about the 42 before he's brought down. That'll bring up 4th down. So with 5:55 on the clock, the Bulldog defense, the story of this series is they're able to make some things happen. 4th and 5 with 5:43 on the clock now.
Yeah, Bulldogs able to tighten up and shut down the Bobcat rushing attack there that was so successful during the 3rd quarter.
So with 5:30 on the clock, the punt team will come onto the field for the Bobcats, and they'll kick this one away. Terry going to be back around the 30-yard line. Back deep is Johnson. There's the kick. It'll fall at the 40, take a Bobcat bounce, and go out of bounds around the 33-yard line. With 5:16 on the clock, the Bulldogs will come out with the People's Bank of Jackson first down from the 33. People's Bank of Jackson working together to build success. People's is ready to help you reach your dreams.
Bobcats only able to burn about 2 minutes off the clock right there. I'm sure they were hoping to only leave 2 or less whenever that drive was over. Bulldogs able to get the ball back with plenty of time, down 8 points. And we've still got quite a bit of football to be played here at the Riverbank.
Still a lot of time on the clock. Clock can happen in 5 minutes. Bulldogs will come out and go back to work. Pelfrey back at the quarterback. And he's got Blankenship to his left. 2 receivers to the left for Pelfrey, 1 to the right. Steps back, fakes, going to roll to his right, flushed out of the earth, throws out of the hands of Javion Fullwood. Pass falls incomplete. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Good job by the Bobcats to put some pressure right there on Pelfrey because he actually had the receiver with the step. If he's able to bring that in, he's catching it, running away from the defender. He's at least going to pick up the first down and a little more.
Yeah, he had a couple steps. If he just make the catch, ball goes incomplete for Pelfrey. He'll go back to work. Trips to the right, little screen play. They'll throw it over there again. He's going to be initially met by Braden Barnett, still on his feet, no whistle. And finally, we get a whistle over there. Barnett was the initial tackler. There was a couple other Bobcats coming in to make the stop. Flair and Abner coming out of there, too.
Yeah, some of the Bulldogs look upset, but I believe the refs should have blown the whistle sooner right there.
I never heard a whistle. It's 4:42 on the clock. Bulldogs have a 3rd and 8 from the 35-yard line. Ball over on the right hash. Pelfrey and the Bulldogs come out and go back to work. 2 receivers each side. No, empty backfield. 5 receivers. Trips to the right. Puts a man in motion. Pelfrey sits back. Looks down the field. Throws across the middle. And tipped and knocked loose by Adam Spencer. And it goes incomplete. Big defensive play by Adam Spencer. Not the biggest guy on the field, but he loves to play football.
Yeah, that was a big-time defensive play there, and great job by the secondary to recognize the situation and to be aware and to not let the receiver get behind him right there. Bulldogs looking for a big play, and it was close, but just good defense there by Spencer.
4th and 8 for the Bulldogs. Ball is on the 35-yard line, and they're going for it. They made a big completion here early in the 4th quarter to pick up a first down on the 4th down. Pelfrey sits back in the pocket, flushed out of there. He's got a couple of defenders after him, and the pass is complete. Tackled by Austin Sperry, and the receiver was Connor Holbrook, and that'll be good for a People's Bank of Jackson first down. So that's 2 big 4th downs that the Bulldogs have turned into a first down when they went for it.
Yeah, the Bulldog offensive line did a good job there executing their blocks. Anytime you give a quarterback like Pelfrey that much time, he's going to find somebody.
Gutsy call by Coach Chandler. A lot of confidence on this offense. Pelfrey rolls out, throws to his right, goes down the field. Got a man over there. The catch is made, and he'll go out of bounds up around the 32-yard line. So another big play through the air for Pelfrey.
This would be a good time for the Bobcats to call a timeout, bring the defense over there, let them get just a breather, and remind them that we still got to finish this ball game.
I got to agree with Alan Sperry. That was a clutch 4th down pass to move the ball for the Bulldogs. Trips to the right. Pelfrey going to pitch it over to Blankenship's. Got a block. He's still on his feet, and he's met over around the 27, maybe the 28-yard line.
It's a good job by Barker to come up here and lay a hit. I've been impressed by the way these Bobcat defensive backs have come in and supported in the running, running defense tonight.
2nd down and 6 for the Bulldogs as Pelfrey comes out, trips to the right. Pelfrey waits on the snap, sits back in the pocket, looks, throws across midfield. He's got a man there. He makes the catch. We'll see if was he down when he made the catch. Ball going to be spotted up there. Another first down pass by Pelfrey. That'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bulldogs as they'll move the chains again with 3 minutes on the clock, threatening the end zone now. Deep in the red zone. 3:06 on the clock, 21-13 your score. Pelfrey comes back out, goes to work. Trips to the right for Pelfrey. He rolls to his right, looks. Still looking, flushed out of the pocket, still on his feet, and he's going to make the throw across midfield. Caught. And Javion Fullwood will take it into the end zone for the Bulldogs with 2:50 on the clock.
You can't say nothing but great effort right there by Pelfrey to avoid a couple of different Bobcat defenders and then get the ball out and connect with the receiver for 6 points. This is going to be a huge play right here coming up, Rob, this 2-point conversion.
21-19 your score, 2:50 on the clock. The Bulldogs going to come out in the wishbone, going for 2. Choctaw going to hand it off in the backfield, and he's tackled immediately by Braden Barnett and a number of Bobcat defenders. So with 2:50 on the clock, once again, the defense bows their neck, keeps them out of the end zone on the two-point conversion. That'll make your score 21-19. We'll take a quick break on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be right back.
Hazard Community and Technical College. Whether you're starting college for the first time or thinking about a career change, they've got you covered. Offering associate degrees, diplomas, and certificates, they're here to help you reach your goals. Kemper Furniture, local families serving local families. Come see us for Eastern Kentucky's largest in-stock selection of furniture. Friday Pizza, your home for the best pizza in Jackson, along with their famous hoagies. Give them a call at 606-666-5454. Appalachian Regional Healthcare, where their goal is to improve health and promote well-being of all people in Central Appalachia. Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson, serving the financial needs of Breathitt County. Check out the CBTJ free mobile app banking right on your mobile device. Law offices of David A. Johnson, with offices in Hazard and Jackson. If you've been injured, call David and his staff. They are the car wreck professionals.
Kickoff team on the field for the Bulldogs. You got to be looking for the onside kick right here. Guys back deep have moved up. That's John Carter Holland and Eli Thomas. Here comes the kick. It's a short kick. It makes the 10 yards, and it'll fall and be covered by the Bobcats. I believe that was Adam Spencer and Jaden Gibson there to cover up the football.
You know, you got 2 minutes and 48 seconds left on the clock. This is when you go to your offense, specifically your offensive line, and say, this is your time. This is where we're going to put the ball, you know, in your all's hands. We're going to run this clock out and put them away.
2:48 on the clock, as you made mention. 21-19 your score. Bobcats still in front by 2. Offense comes out and goes to work. Trips left for Holland. Barnett in the backfield. Oh, that's the Wildcat. That's Gibson. Gibson with 3 defenders on him. Still on his feet up to about the 40-yard line. Gibson just lowers his shoulder and continues forward progression as he'll get up to about the 41-yard line.
You know, I don't dislike the call there to, you know, for the formation, but, you know, it's hard to bounce it out wide and get something there when there's nothing but defenders out there.
Yeah. So the clock runs with 2:19, 21-19 your score. Holland goes into the huddle to make the call. Bobcats looking to control the clock and maybe put some points on the board, at least trying to put this one away late in the 4th. Barnett back there beside Holland. He'll get the handoff. Cuts it inside, lowers his shoulder. Gets back to the initial line of scrimmage. Maybe a pickup of 1 on the play. But we've got a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be right back.
Wolfe County Tourism. Wolfe County is naturally gorgeous. Come see all that Wolfe County has to offer. Jackson Medical Clinic and Family Health Care. Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic for all your medical needs. Open 7 days a week with new extended hours. With a hometown atmosphere, our family is sure to take care of yours. Go Time and Steak and Shake. Refresh, refill, and refuel at Go Time. 8 locations to keep you on the go. And Steak and Shake in Hazard, famous for steak burgers and great milkshakes. Appalachian Wireless. Appalachian Wireless is Eastern Kentucky. Great service, great people. Get more with the Appalachian Advantage plan. Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply. Stop by and see Scott for all your electrical, plumbing, heating needs, along with septic systems and appliance parts. Jackson Physical Therapy. Colby Watts is your physical therapist. Jackson Physical Therapy will get you back into the action. Thanks to Colby for helping the Bobcats.
Back from Jackson, where the Bobcats are up 21-19 on the Bulldogs. Hard-fought battle by both of these ball clubs. 2 receivers each side for Holland. Gibson in the backfield just to the left of Holland. There's the snap. Give to Gibson, and we got whistles everywhere. False start on the offense, so that penalty goes against Breathitt County. And they'll march it back 5 yards. So a costly penalty there, making it 3rd and 14.
Yeah, I would suspect that changed the play call right there.
1:52 on the clock. 2 receivers each side of the field. Holland and Terry closest to us. Thomas and Combs on the far side of the field. Holland takes a snap. It's low. He sits, rolls out to the right, throws, and it's caught. Caught by John Carter Holland. And they'll spot the ball at the 46-yard line. So with 1:48 on the clock, ball on the 46 in Breathitt territory.
Good approach by Coach Moore there. Throw something, short that you can complete, give your offense something that's going to be easier to convert on 4th down.
Referees will gather at midfield to talk about this. Officials going to take a break.
And nice catch by John Carter Holland there.
.148 on the clock, 21-19. Referees out at the 46-yard line talking things over. White Hat will come over and make an explanation to Coach Moore. 4th and 3 for the Bobcats. Ball on the right hash. I still don't know what the official timeout was or what explanation was needed, but it is 4th and 3. Should be 1:38 on the clock. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
So we got a little timeout to reset the clock here. Clock should say 1:38. Referees still over at midfield talking about it as we try to get the clock set. 21-19 your score. Hard-fought battle between the Bulldogs and the Bobcats. You didn't expect anything less. The Bulldogs coming in here at 4-0. I made a comment to my good friend and coach John Fletcher today to see how long it had been since the Bulldogs had been undefeated here at midseason. The clock is running with 1:30 on it now. 21-19 your score. Bulldog defense not wanting to give up this 3 yards and have a few minutes or at least a minute to work on the clock. Big 4th down play for the Bobcats. Holland waits on the snap, and he draws the defense off. Encroachment on the defense. That'll be a 1st down Bobcats with 1:17 on the clock. Pivotal play for the defense. The young man looked to be almost showing blitz, Eric, but he stepped across the line of scrimmage, and the 5-yard penalty means the Bobcats pick up a People's Bank of Jackson 1st down. People's Bank of Jackson working together to build success. That time the Bobcats find the 1st down marker, courtesy of the hard count and the encroachment penalty.
Yeah, in situations like that, you've got to be reminding each other to watch the ball.
Holland comes out, one back each side, and Coach Moore's going to call a timeout. We'll take it with them on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be right back.
I'd like to know.
At HCTC, we've got you covered. While you focus on completing your certificate, diploma, or degree, our success coaches will connect you with financial information, tutoring, and so much more. Stay on your path to success at HCTC. Call today at 606-487-3293. We'll never underestimate you.
All right, folks, we are back during the timeout here. 1:17 on the clock. Bobcats get the 1st down on the encroachment call on the defense. Hazard with a mental mistake. And it's 21-19. You got to think that Coach Moore on 1st down going to be content to keep it in the ball carrier's hands at this time. Maybe keep the clock running and run this one out. Holland will give it to Barnett. Barnett will be met. He picks up about 2 yards. before he's tackled.
You got to think that the conversation during the timeout was you got to finish your blocks and hold on to the ball.
I would be preaching hold on to the football. 1:10 on the clock, 21-19. Bobcats get it over into hazard territory, and we've got another timeout. We'll take it with them here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message.
Family and hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Now offering 2 ways to fill your prescriptions. Use the Refill Quick app on your smartphone or give them a call at 666-5519 or 666-5500.
Folks, we are back from the Holcomb Athletic Complex. Offense set on the field for the Bobcats. Holland will take the snap. Give up inside to Barnett. Lowers his shoulder. Got a couple defenders on him. He's going to be tackled right at the 50-yard line. And Hazard Bulldogs will call a timeout as they'll talk things over on their sideline. We'll take another quick commercial break on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back.
Hey, Brian Milam here for Appalachian Wireless. When we tell Eastern Kentucky we are you, it's true. We serve 28 counties with retail locations, and with over 300 cell sites, we have more than any other carrier. Keeping you connected, that's Appalachian Wireless.
What does one penny buy? How about an iPhone 13 at Appalachian Wireless? And now you can save up to 50% off select devices.
We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Coach Eric Collins and Coach Rob Hounshell up here making some play calls during the timeout. We'll see what Kyle Moore draws up.
He's got a little more experience.
He does have a lot more experience at calling plays. Miles Holland walks up. He waits on the snap. Calls for it. Give to Jaden Gibson. Gibson lowers his shoulder. Pass about 3 hazard defenders up to about the 44-yard line. So with 50 seconds on the clock, 21-19 your score, ball on the 44 in hazard territory. It's going to be 4th and about 5 for the Bobcats.
I don't know, do you run it down here till the very end of the play clock, call timeout, and then punt it, or do you try to pick it up?
I would call timeout. I'll let the play clock go down, call timeout. I'd go for it. I'd put the ball in my hands of one of my ball carriers, Barnett or Gibson or Thomas. They'll let the play clock go down and call a timeout with 15 seconds on the clock. 21-19. We'll keep it here for this timeout. Eric, like we made mention, we made a lot of play calls during that break. What's your play call here?
I'll tell you what, I about believe that I would go for it also, because if you pick it up, that's the game. If you punt it and leave them a few seconds,
anything can happen.
Yeah, they've already shown that they can hit some big plays.
Being the opposing coach, I do not want to put it in the hands of Max Pelfrey.
No.
Pelfrey has been money on 4th down situations, and you got to think that Coach Moore and the coaching staff is in there talking to those guys and telling them to hold on to the football.
I'd like to see them, like you mentioned, give it to Gibson or maybe Barnett right up the middle like they've been doing, or possibly fake that, maybe hit Terry or somebody over the middle, which is something that they haven't done yet tonight. So it may be there.
So Terry comes on for the punt with 15 seconds left. Puts a boot to it, and he's going to kick it deep. It'll hit it to 5 and roll into the end zone. So the Hazard Bulldogs, with 9 seconds on the clock, will have 1, maybe 2 shots at it.
Yeah.
with 9 seconds on the clock.
Really can't complain about that call either. Excellent punt by Terry.
Yeah.
You know, it would have been nice if we could have pinned them back, but even on the 20, that's the 80 yard is a long way to go in 9 seconds.
You couldn't ask for a better ball game, folks, and you saw it here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. Thanks again for tuning in and putting up with me and Eric every week. And I tell you what, this has been one ball game. 21-19 your score. 9 seconds. Max Pelfrey will come onto the field for the Bulldogs. Right now, the Bulldogs showing an empty backfield. Trips to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Pelfrey gets set, 9 seconds. Calls for the snap. Here we go. Sets back, looking, going across the middle. It's caught. Pitch back, dropped. And the Bobcats will fall on it and cover it up. So a little trick play there. The old looking ladder didn't work for the Bulldogs. The Bobcats are victorious here tonight over the Bulldogs. A 21-19 victor over an undefeated Bulldog team. Great punt by Terry to put them back at the 20. They come out with the old hook and ladder play. It didn't work. It fell to the ground. The Bobcats covered it up. Folks, we'll be back after these messages to wrap this one up from the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex.
Jackson Physical Therapy is your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving Jackson and the surrounding areas. Owned by Colby Watts, Jackson Physical Therapy has a talented and experienced staff ready to meet all your physical therapy needs. Jackson Physical Therapy is a proud supporter of our local youth and sports teams. Call JPT at 666-9293 to schedule your appointment today and let us improve your quality of life.
People's Bank is proud to continue to invest in the Bluegrass State. Our team has years of experience right here in Eastern Kentucky. By partnering with People's Bank, we provide solutions, not just products. Our vision is to be the best community bank in America, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Family and hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Now offering 2 ways to fill your prescriptions. Use the Refill Quick app on your smartphone or give them a call at 666-5519 or 666-5502.
Folks, we are back. The Breathitt Bobcats victorious over the Hazard Bulldogs with your score 21-19. Action-packed ball game from the tip of the first quarter all the way to the last play of the ball game. Pelfrey sits back, and you know you've seen the hook and ladder play work so many times in college and in pro football. He made the catch, and on the I think that was Fullwood that was trying to get it to Gavin Johnson. The ball falls to the ground, and Bobcats cover it up to end the ball game. Eric Collins, you couldn't ask for a better game between the Bulldogs and the Bobcats.
No, this has been just a tremendous game, Rob, and we knew it would be, and it's a rivalry game. You know, Breathitt and Hazard is a bit of a rivalry game, and I think it's something they ought to play every year. And that's the reason you play these games. You know, I was told that Hazard was highly favored in this game here tonight, but that's why you play them. The Bobcats came, and they to me, they've showed something here tonight that they've matured a little bit, Rob. They've come out and looks like they've changed up a little bit of something on their scheme defensively. They had some different players out there on the field in some different spots. They were doing a lot of movement, maybe trying to confuse Pelfrey a little bit, but they were flying to the ball. They were hitting. They were getting their pads down. They were wrapping up and gang tackling. You know, this is the best they've looked all season so far. Not that they've looked bad, even in some of their defeats, but just the effort was high. They played smart football. Coaching staff made good calls. It was just a good all-around ball game for the Bobcats and the Bulldogs. It's not that they played poorly, but the Bobcats, I think, were able to stifle that passing attack that they have and able to keep them, down under what they usually score and get out of here with a victory.
Well, it's an important ball game, and we talked about it throughout the broadcast. This Hazard Bulldog team on a high, being 4-0, being number one in 1A right now on the RPI things. If you look at KHSAA, there's Hazard. They're in first place in 1A. You know, it's been a while since Hazard has been on that high, and they've been 4-0. And we commend Coach Chandler and his Bulldogs. They brought an excellent coach and a very disciplined team here tonight. What do you say about Max Pelfrey? The young man sits back in the pocket. You can't brag on him enough. He's able to find receivers. He converts on big fourth down plays. They just came up a little bit short. The Bobcat defense has been there at numerous times tonight and made the plays when they need to. You think about the play by Austin Sperry. You think about the play made by the interception made by Barker. Both of those guys coming up big on defense. And both of those making their presence known on defense. You think about players of the game, and I don't know where you go with that on the Bobcat side of things, because you think about Braden Barnett. You think about the tackles. We've named Braxton Terry numerous times with tackles tonight. The pressure that they were able to put on Pelfrey proved to be a problem for them going throughout the game. And the Bobcats coming out victorious 21-19 over the Bulldogs of Hazard. What a great game, one that a lot of people will remember, and this one will go down in the books as Bobcats being victorious here tonight. We appreciate all of our sponsors, People's Bank of Jackson for sponsoring our first downs here tonight. We appreciate Family Pharmacy for sponsoring all of our scoring drives and our plays. And thanks to you fans for being here watching us on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We couldn't do it without our sponsors. We couldn't do it without you fans watching at home. That's why we're here, is to brag on these student athletes. And what a night between the Bulldogs and the Bobcats. You made mention of such a rivalry between these two clubs. And there's, in a game like this, you hate that there's a loser. It's such a hard-fought ball game on both sides of the field. Tonight, the Bobcats come out victorious. Coach Moore got to go into the locker room, and you got to like the momentum and the feel that this team has at midseason. We've had some hard-fought losses. Tonight, they fight, and they come out victorious. And that's going to be a big boost of confidence for them going throughout the season.
Yeah. Coach Moore has got to go into the locker room feeling good about his ball club here tonight. There's a few things to maybe clean up, but for the most part, they played a clean game. Not a lot of the penalties, not a lot of mistakes. They ran the ball well. The offensive line, need to brag on them. They blocked really well. They gave Miles Holland some time. The defensive line was able to get some pressure. Just at every level and all three phases, the Bobcats looked pretty good. There's always some things that could be done better, but a lot to be proud of tonight.
You talked about some of the guys that had been playing so hard, Waylon Abner and Braden Barnett on the sideline, looking like they had played their hearts out, because they had. They had been out there every snap on defense and offense almost, and just good to see them come out on the victorious side of things here tonight. The Bobcats put away the Bulldogs 21-19. Folks, thanks for tuning in on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We love bringing you ball games like this. Appreciate you being there. Thanks to our sponsors again. For Brendan Miller, Ty Back, Eric Collins, I'm Rob Hounshell. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week from Letcher County as the Bobcats take on Letcher. Bluegrass Sports Nation signing out.